Hello, everybody, and welcome back here to Frosty Faustings 10. And the only tradition better than wearing a new ugly sweater each year at Frosty's is casting top 8 of Mystery Game Tournament with my good friend Sam. How you feeling?
I am so excited, and I can't state that enough. We have started with 128 competitors who vied for these spots. If there's anything that always fills up early, it's Mystery Game, because that is what everybody comes here for.
That is,
whether it's to watch it or to experience it.
Yes, that is absolutely the crazy thing. 128 competitors, completely filled out. There were no spots left. Matter of fact, there were people on the waiting list waiting when the tournament started. If any spots open up, that way they could get in.
Well, case in point, you know, obviously we do 2 mystery events every year. We do one at Frosty and one at Combo Breaker. If I'm not mistaken, the Combo Breaker one is well on its way to already being filled.
Yeah, Chicago, the great history of their mystery game tournaments is absolutely phenomenal. So, again, we're here commentating. We're in the dark as much as you guys. We have no idea what games are coming up.
None whatsoever. In fact, Tony, one of the people who helps run it with Justin and all the other people, he saw us. He had one of the games in hand. He looked at it, immediately put it by X. He wants us to know nothing. We're going completely in the dark, just as you guys, to see these great matches.
And somebody stopped by the booth earlier. I was standing in the area where the mystery game tournament is, and somebody asked, like, hey, this is my first time at an event like this. What is the mystery game tournament? And they're explaining to them, like, oh, it's a different game each round, and blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, what are the games? And they're like, sorry, we can't tell you. And as the guy walked away, literally, they are like, I bet that guy was an insider. They're trying to get intel for their friend. You're going to stoop that low?
Come on.
You're like, I've never been here before.
We've been doing this for years. Do you really think we're going to fall for just one person playing dumb? Not going to happen.
There is no way. So let's actually talk about the things we do know. So, for instance, first thing I walked into the ballroom this morning, 10 a.m. was when the first pool started.
Yep.
So, well over 12 hours ago, earlier in the day, Dong Dong Never Die.
Dong Dong Never Die.
The quintessential wacky, insane game. If you've never checked it out, go ahead and check it out online. It's a mixture of kind of like Mortal Kombat-esque live action animation, as well as like Super Mario is in it.
Yep.
There's a stick person. There's some really crazy stuff.
The nurses look sick.
Yeah, the nurse. Yeah, they're like a tag team, right?
And one was an assist call. So I'm like, how could that not work in a game like this?
Right. And then some of the other things is Crimson Skies.
Okay.
The original Xbox title. Like first-person shooter. You're flying airplanes.
And speaking of shooters, I saw Halo.
Wait, Halo was here?
Yes.
I missed Halo.
Halo 1.
Wow.
Back when the needler was broken and...
AKA the pistol simulator. Range across the map.
I saw, obviously we saw, and this was on stream earlier, we saw Battle of Gods.
Oh, Battle of Gods is so good from a spectator standpoint. Being here in the crowd and being able to chant on Santa.
Which you were facilitating.
Beating Jesus.
Yes.
And one of the many characters that's available in that game.
He's got that punish with the sleigh. It's just way too good. Another thing I'd seen that I don't think they've done before is they had Sonic and Tails Versus from Sonic 2.
You know what? I actually, funny enough, I was here on Thursday helping set up, and I watched them. They were testing that.
Oh, they were?
Now, of course, like, as someone who's somewhat facilitating the mystery game tournament, I didn't tell anybody. I'm not allowed to know what any of the games are, but I did see them playing that, and I was like, that's actually really clever, because that mode, if you don't remember it, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, it's basically you're kind of like in a vert ramp, and the whole premise is to collect coins. One person is Sonic, the other one is Tails, and when you jump, you actually change positions.
Right.
So you always want to be in the front. It's almost like competitive bobsled, but you're racing against the person that you're in the sled with.
Well, and it's probably one of those things where, like, that's the first time you actually see some of the mechanics put to the test in terms of how the jumps interrupt each other, because you're actually vying against each other as opposed to trying to work cooperatively.
Right. Yeah, so just many of the previous games we saw. And actually during Top 16, if you guys watched, or if you didn't watch, they actually broke out an Atari 2600.
I didn't even know they had an Atari 2600.
Right? It's the mystery game tournament. There's games from every single genre and console. They play Dodge 'em. I myself, I played a ton of 2600 when I was a kid. Matter of fact, still to this day, Kaboom is one of my favorite games. So it was really cool to see that bust out as well. You just never know. So we go range all the way from the Atari 2600. We're talking like late 70s to what is it, Fight of the Gods.
Which was this year.
Brand new on Steam.
Yeah, I mean, well, and they're still adding content and stuff, so it's an ongoing active game. Another thing to point out about the mystery game tournament format and design behind it, because, we've seen it all the way from the beginning. Like Murphigator, who did the original mystery game, he's here, which is always great to see.
Oh,
He answered some stuff, and so, like, I remember when talking, whether it was talking about with Keats or Justin, like, part of the goal was always make it so that it was predominantly fighting games, preferably in winners.
Right.
So there was always that, like, at least half of the games you're going to go to was in fighting games. But then for the losers, you could get just about anything.
Right.
So, they find all these obscure fighting games like the one that we saw earlier with Mario and the live action animated, or like Bikini Battles 2 that we saw last year.
Bikini Battles 2, yeah.
But then, in the non-fighting game sections, you can see anything.
Yeah.
You could see Mario Kart. Mario Kart, in fact, usually shows up every other year or so, I'd say.
Yeah, you know what's funny? 2 years ago, I actually competed at Frosty's in the Mystery Game Tournament, and Mario Double Dash was one of the games that I ended up playing.
I want him to put it in 64, though. That's the only one I feel like I'd be confident in. But
let me give you another quick update as well. We're talking about kind of the history of this Mystery Game Tournament, the lineage that has been established here in Chicago. J Money, last year's second-place finisher and first-place finisher the 2 years prior to that, knocked out early in the tournament. I talked to him earlier, and I was like, Jay Money, like, literally, no pun intended, my money was on you. What happened? He's like, that's the nature of Mystery Game Tournament. When you show up, you don't know what you're going to play, and sometimes you just get a bad game or even a bad matchup. So
And you have to understand that people, as absurd as this might sound to the layperson, people train for Mystery Tournament. They say, what games have we seen repeatedly? What games are just so obscure that somebody hasn't heard of? What's broken, and how can I be ready for that unknown situation?
I hope you're ready for story time.
Okay.
I'm going to take you back a few years.
We got some time before they start the match.
Cincinnati, Ohio,
Okay.
Arcade Legacy. If you guys have never been, you got to go check it out. They host an event called Old School Onslaught, which is itself a Mystery Game Tournament.
Okay.
UFGT 9. 3 weeks prior to that event, they had Old School Onslaught, and the winner got sponsored by Arcade Legacy to travel to Chicago for UFGT 9 to compete solely in the Mystery Game Tournament.
Okay.
Our good buddy Action Hank made it all the way up to grand finals. So a legitimately sponsored player for Mystery Game Tournament got all the way up to grand finals. And what he played actually in the semifinals before that, to me, still one of the greatest moments in all Mystery Game fighting history. It was actually Mike Hanones, co-director here at Frosty's. They booted up Soul Calibur 2.
And they did it with DDR dance pads.
And they booted up Soul Calibur 2, and they're like, hey, these controllers aren't working. And he gets on the mic. He's like, I need the other pads. I need the other pads. And we're thinking, like, pads, controllers. No, they bring out DDR pads. They played Soul Calibur 2 with DDR pads. And Action Hank was wearing, like, a blue onesie. He literally, like, had pajamas on and was literally there, like, stomping arrows. He was playing Nightmare and just, like, it's so funny to watch this man, like, physically in your own world wearing pajamas, like, stomping like he's having a temper tantrum. But his character in the game, Nightmare, has this gigantic sword, and he's just slashing and hacking it. He's just controlling it with his body, like, rhythmically dancing.
My favorite one-liner when it comes to a UFGT, whether because there's always a little bit of theater into it. And I just remember Keats going up, UFGT 10, grand finals. He goes, "Who's ever played Don't Break the Ice?" And then he goes, "Who's ever played Don't Break the Ice for $600?"
$600 money match, yes. That was Nerd Josh was in that grand finals.
Yes,
I remember that.
Lopez.
Yeah.
Great
so
match.
again, just you never know what you're gonna get, but you know what you could get if you register early enough. Entry into the Mystery Game Tournament. Like we said, guys, it's sold out super fast. You got to get in early. Make sure you secure your spot. Whether it be here at Frosty Frostings or Combo Breaker as well, the Mystery Game Tournament is just tons of hype, tons of fun.
And it's one of those things where, believe me, we would love to do a 256 Mystery Game Tournament, but regardless of whether it's Combo Breaker or Frosty, it runs the entire event, the duration of the event, and the amount of prep that they have to do because they need something for every single round that is unique in winners and in losers.
Yes.
So ultimately, if we did it to 256, I don't think we've ever told Justin, proposed that to Justin, because I think he would just pass out. We'd have to double the amount of games. So we cap it at 128. It fills up on both Frosty and Combo Breaker every single year.
Yeah, so just to reiterate for you guys who maybe are unfamiliar with the format, there is a new random game, a new mystery game every round. That's for winners and losers. So when you enter your round, you don't know what game you're going to play. It gets sprung up surprisingly, and one of the best things about it is actually the competitive atmosphere / camaraderie of people trying to figure out a game as they're playing it live in the tournament.
And you can talk to players who have played Mystery long enough, and they will tell you some of the strats. You know, like if you lose to something, pick it yourself because it's probably broken.
Yeah.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. Keep doing the dumbest thing. You will see the matchups where people will just spam the same thing over because they're winning. Your goal is to win. Your goal is to win fairly or cheaply.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, we're being handed a case.
Oh,
I think this might be our first visit.
What do we have here?
For the Nintendo Wii.
All right, viewers. For the Nintendo Wii, we have
Castlevania Judgment. Let's take a look at this game.
This wonderful.
The time for judgment has come.
You don't
It has
say.
an exclamation point.
Oh my goodness.
It's also in French. It is on French on the other side for our friends.
Well, we do have French people here.
We
at
do
Frosty
indeed.
Faustings.
Yeah, for here, predominantly Windjammers.
Yes.
#1 ranked player in the world.
We had the Daigo of Windjammers.
The Daigo of Windjammers.
Self-proclaimed, but in practice.
So here's the most important thing that I want to note about this. It is a Nintendo Wii game. It does show that you can play with motion controls, which is one of the favorite dastardly things that they do to competitors in mystery game
I thought the most
tournaments.
important thing about this is that it came from Bookman's.
It came
I don't
from
even know what a
Bookman's.
Bookman's is.
I think it's it has pre-owned stickers on it from GameStop as well.
What is this?
This is the most traveled copy of Castlevania Judgment in the history of the world. So,
all right, so what do we got on the details?
I'm just going to read off. I don't want to tell you what it looks like. You can hear the audio now.
Yes.
Unleash devastating moves as you play one of 14 legendary Castlevania characters engaging in head-to-head combat. Battle online via network Wi-Fi connection or connect with Castlevania Order of Scalia Nintendo DS to unlock exclusive bonus content.
Oh my goodness.
The last bullet point here. Character designed by famed manga artist. I'm going to probably butcher this and somebody's going to roast me in the chat. Takahishi Obata. I'm assuming that's like one of the...
Close enough.
Probably the original designer.
So now I'm wondering, are we going to get a Belmont or are we going to get a vampire?
We're about to find out. Here we go.
Out.
Ladies and gentlemen, top 8 of
we get
Mystery
both!
starts now.
Trevor versus Alucard. Fight. All right, so...
This is a 3D-based game. Wait, what? And there's...
Why are there zombies?
Zombies popping out. There's health packs.
And he injured himself, didn't he? But he got the heart, put him back up, but Alucard clearly has the range advantage with that sword. The zombies are fighting, just shooting on projectiles. Alucard is doing so much work with his weapon. Grab the health as well, but he's poisoned.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Yeah, so there's these zombies that kind of pop up, and they're going to give you some advantage here. But also, look at kind of the range on these weapons. So, Mini-Matt, who is playing Trevor, that character has a whip, and it looks like it has a little more range.
But it also looks really linear. Like, Alucard is just swinging, and he's covering both in front of him and to his side, so he can get the side steps a little better. And Trevor has these items, but they're really short range. So it makes you wonder if he can, like, control the range.
The other interesting thing to note is you can see at the bottom of the screen, there is some kind of meter system. Both of these guys have full meter, and you can also see they have equipment here as well.
Yes, and it looks like the hearts are for the items as opposed to for health.
Noted, yep. And we'll see there.
Did he just get killed by the zombie?
Yes, he did. He came popping out from behind him.
Who says you were going to get to fight them one-on-one? Come on. That's not how it would really work in a Castlevania game. All right, so that looked like a guard break. Either that or Agrocrack just stopped guarding. And while Alucard was really coming out strong here with first aim, like now it looks like Trevor's finally getting, Mini-Matt with Trevor is finally getting a sense of how to use the whip effectively.
Yeah, I think this round, the first round, the players were just more acclimating to the buttons of the game. They're trying to figure things out. You can see this time they definitely explored the map a little bit more. We didn't see any like wall punishes or anything, but you even saw there, they actually drew away from each other and then drew back in before they could actually get into that next round. So kind of still exploring like this. Okay, this 3D rotating view with you got zombies and barrels. You technically don't know what's behind you.
Yes.
I actually like Agrocrack rotating to the other side of the screen and forcing Mini-Matt backwards because he doesn't know what is behind him.
Well, and it doesn't look like we have a guard meter, so we've seen multiple times where Agrocrack does a combo and it looks like Mini-Matt just gets interrupted, so it's like, is he stopping to block or is it just that he's getting guard broken? Now Mini-Matt is going for the heart, but he still hasn't picked it up yet. He's got 2 hearts there. He's looking to now get those instead, but Alucard's on the, Agrocrack's on the pursuit with Alucard there. Yeah, nice sword combo. There, now we pick up the hearts.
Agrocrack played really smart there. He ended up getting poisoned, and even though the hearts were out there, he ended up actually trying to pressure Mini-Matt, so that way he could rotate back and get those hearts.
I want to know what the item was that Agrocrack just used, because he used all 10 of his hearts, and it looked like it was stun or something, but Trevor was, Mini-Matt was blocking, and so it didn't do anything.
Yeah,
Still getting a whip combo, running away. He knows that he has the advantage there with that extra space. Oh.
I can't believe your skills are not.
And we had some sword that just kind of popped out of it. Oh, when we have saving.
That's important.
It records the match info. Very important.
We need to, well, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm getting Symphony of the Nights throwbacks here when I'm watching all these items get on, whether it's the Holy Cross or the Holy Water. That sword looks like something that, again, would come straight out of there. So I'm assuming that's obviously what they're modeled after, but how they work and what they interact with is a totally different thing.
Important to note there that Minimat, we talked about this earlier, kind of in the strategy with Mystery Game. Minimat elected to just stay the same character.
Yes.
He went back to the character select screen, and you could see all the
well,
options
no,
that he
Minimat
had.
switched over. He's now mirroring.
Oh, no, you're
Alucard,
right. Yeah,
yes.
he swapped over.
He concluded that, this is what looks broken, so let's see if I can beat him at his own game.
Oh, yeah, and look, we got a little do-si-do going on. So Aggro Crag swings in with the sword, knocked down Minimat. Minimat rotated around and did the same thing. So these swords, yeah, look at these. They got swords. They've got the boomerang projectiles.
And it looks like now we have different items because we're in a different level. Notice that Minimat's got a 2 next to his Holy Crosses, so I'm assuming that they're empowered. And he's got more of them at his disposal too, but he's losing a lot of health to sword attacks. And Aggro Crag is using all of his resources to get the KO.
Too long.
But we do see that the hearts transfer over. So now maybe Minimat can run it back.
Well, and I think the other interesting thing to note here is that we actually haven't, there hasn't really been any environmentals here. There's no zombies that have popped up. This is a smaller stage. It's a little bit longer.
Yes.
But these guys are vying. They just want to stay in this bottom portion, but at the same time, there's nothing really hazardous to them at this point. They're just going to go in at each other.
Ooh, he got him with the sword, and they allowed him to pick up the heart. Health is about even. Minimat's got a little bit of an advantage, although Aggro Crag has more resources. Tries to get him with the underground sword again, but Aggro Crag's going to have none of that.
Yeah, and you see these guys are both opting the guard here. I think Minimat, now that he's made the change, is starting to kind of hone in a little bit on this character. And we have more of an actual matchup here. These guys know what each other could do. And you see them, they're guarding a little bit more. Look, they're swiping.
But where's the turkeys? Where's the meat coming out of the candlesticks?
Right.
Hearts are all nice and good. I think the thing that Aggro Crag is really doing that's giving the advantage right now is he's using a lot more of his items. Because you saw a couple instances where he threw out the cross and he got punished for it, but because the cross still comes back, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, he got the combo afterwards, and so he actually got a net gain of damage just for using one resource.
Yeah, so Aggro Crag there takes that one 2-0. I'm assuming that was that's the other thing with Mystery Game Tournament.
We don't know the length.
Is it first to 2? Is it first to 7? You never really know. But that was more of a traditional kind of fighting game.
2 out of 3.
Yeah, so 2 out of 3. So Aggro Crag will move on there. And again, just randomness pop up. And you know what the crazy thing is too? I guarantee you there are people out the crowd, or even you guys watching at home,
that are just like, oh my gosh, you should have picked this character.
How did you not know to do this?
How did you know that the character had an infinite?
Right.
Why didn't you realize that item was so good? Like, that happens all the time. And another thing that comes into the dynamics of the Mystery Game Tournament is, again, that it's played by round. And almost every round has multiple people playing the same game. So what order you go in matters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get to watch the game a little bit before you actually get up there. And we mentioned that before, actually, like the camaraderie of chatting with people. Like, you're like, oh, what was that? Or, you can kind of share and kind of give somebody a strategy or a little bit of input. But the other thing as well is anybody else that's getting ready to play this game or, possibly later in the future, they're going to remember that matchup. They're like, oh, I'll just pick Alucard, and I know a little bit of what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Things are different once you get that controller in hand and, trying to solve it for yourself. But, having that little bit of info is always good.
Yeah, and part of the thing, though, is in this case, because it was just a relatively quick 2-0, there's not as much information to be given. You only saw 2 different characters, 2 different stages.
The stages, I think, will make a big impact because we saw there was the graveyard kind of ruin stage where you had the destructibles and you had the zombie elements, and then you had the the altar stage where literally there was nothing. It was just a long, thin stage.
Right. In the graveyard stage, you had to kill the zombies to get the hearts, which was your resource management. Whereas in the other one, you had to kill you had to break the candlesticks. So I don't know. We'll see. We should have another match of this coming up very shortly. We have the man.
Oh, Jabailey.
The myth, the legend. Jabailey.
And it looks like they're playing with the Wiimote and Nunchuck.
They are playing with.
So I don't think they're actually playing with motion controls, but
which is unfortunate.
Yeah, but they are playing with a somewhat untraditional fighting game controller setup. So. Jabailey talked to me earlier, actually going into top 16, and after he played Fight of the Gods, he was feeling super confident, and in traditional Jabailey style.
Wait, Jabailey being confident.
Right, I'm just
say it ain't so. I'm very intrigued.
Jabailey said he was feeling very confident, and he thinks that this is his year for Mystery Game.
Wow. Is this really the darkest timeline we've gone down? First we had Casmer at last year Combo Breaker, and now Jabali?
The classic.
Could it really be true?
Yeah.
Oh man, what a frightening world we live in right
I would
now.
like to give a shout out to Jabali though. He's been walking around all day with a CEO shirt on, and before he got on stream, he put on the Frosty Faustings shirt. An awesome shirt designed by Victoria here at Frosty Faustings.
One, I'll even go farther than that. Jabali has always been a friend of Chicago fighting game tournaments.
Yes.
And we have always been trying to be as supportive as we can, whether it's through staff or other connections, for CEO. Both the goals are just make really good events, so it's mutually beneficial.
Shout out to the players for putting the safety strap on.
Absolutely.
We're not going to get any Wiimotes thrown into the monitors anytime soon here.
So we have
That's
Carmilla
really good.
versus Simon. I am familiar with Simon as another Belmont, but I'm not familiar with Carmilla.
I mean, if I had a dangerous guess and go out on a limb, I would say Jabali picked her just because she's scantily clad. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe Jabali actually knows this game, or Jabali is the blockbuster, Super Nintendo world champion, and he's got a lot of weird background, competitive DDR.
Well, and Jabali actually picked Simon, and so far it seems to be working with him. Carmilla has those bats that look like they're homing, but we still got the Holy Cross there for Simon, and he's got no problems getting combos off that.
Yeah, and we see this that original stage that popped up. So maybe either the stages, I actually didn't notice if they're either random.
Oh, we got a slide. Carmilla has a slide, and Ryudo is going for it. And a combo after it, too. Took it a life lead with that, and there, finally, Jabali's adapting, getting the punish from it. We got pause.
Oh, no.
Oh, are we letting it rock?
Let it rock. They just
We're
went to
letting it
resume. I wonder who that was that had the
I'm not
accidental
sure.
pause, but they were hovering over move
This
list.
is the old Wii days. We don't have player 1 pause, player 2 pause. All right.
It's so tempting to look at the move list.
Yep. Jabali's got a lead here, but this is still anyone's game. Maybe 1 or 2 hits could easily take this for Ryudo. Good. Yep. Just getting the item.
Yeah.
Carmilla tries to punish him for it, and not going to happen. Round 1 to Jabali.
Ready?
We'll see here how these players, you see they're just kind of dancing around each other with the slide immediately coming out. And Jabali knowing to block. I think that he's got a few pieces figured out. And yeah, look at this 4-hit combo.
And that was a really good punish because you can see the recovery of the finish of that whip move by Jabali. And now Ryudo is getting a lot of leverage out of that slide.
Yeah, I'm liking this corner pressure as well.
Ooh, was that unblockable?
I don't.
It glowed beforehand. I'm not sure here. Either way, Ryudo's on a commanding lead here. Just picked up the hearts, so they'll have more resources available to them. And just sliding and jumping, and Jabali is doing nothing to respond. So I'm wondering, was that an overhead? Was it unblockable? Did they stop blocking? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I like Jabali's kind of changing focus now. He's trying to collect the items. Yeah, and I think that is unblockable.
I do think it is. Gets it with a slide again. And Ryudo has really turned this around very quickly. This is the kind of adaptation you see when out of players who succeed in Mystery Game.
Yeah.
They take the time to download, they figure out what's going on, and then they find what's good, and they leverage it.
The adjustments made by Ryudo there, and you can see he's using projectiles.
Yep.
He also has that slide, which has got a good distance on it, and he's also figured out that unblockable. So you see, yeah, he's going in, and then if he hits and gets his combo, he backs off immediately, uses his projectiles to zone.
Yep.
And then tries to counter whenever Jabali comes in. Yep, and there it is.
If this is going to be Jabali's year, he needs to be able to start adapting those things, whether it's punish and slide like we just did, excellent, but also being able to read when that unblockable's coming and punish her for it. Good. Picks up some items, but he gets punished again for the slide. There we go. That's a nice punish there by Jabali against Ryudo. Jabali has gotten back his life lead. Now he's starting to throw his crosses.
Yeah, Jabali here, he's trying to kind of alternate a little bit, and you see that projectile come out once again.
Yep.
Jabali's just trying to figure out things. So that last round, there was a lot of pressure in the corners and the walls. Jabali is doing a good job of staying more in the center. Yep, and even so, yeah, you see he's trying to keep more so out in the open here.
We just saw that Ryudo was able to slide and then continue the follow-up afterwards, and I'm not sure it was because she hit a zombie or because of the fact that she was able to do that naturally, so that might be able to change what Jabali can and can't punish. Either way, we're down to 11 seconds right now. Jabali has a healthy lead, so there's really no reason for him to run behind it. And he goes for the unblockable and hits him out of the animation. Goes for it again.
Oh, miss. Oh, just short.
No whip button, and still he's blocking. Why are you blocking? Oh, who's got it? They tied?
Maybe it doesn't go. Okay, either the health was that close, or there is no actual tiebreaker system.
We'll never know.
Maybe it just gives 1-1.
We'll never know. Either way, that was a lot closer than I thought it would be in terms of how quickly Ryudo started turning it around. Jabali came out with a really good lead in that first game, but if in terms of adaptation, if it keeps up, he could be in trouble. Ooh, and you do get to pick your weapon, your starting weapon, your sub weapon, it says, but you know, we've seen him being able to pick other ones up.
And both players opted; they're staying the same characters.
Yep, yep. Ryudo did have the option to switch, decided not to. Stage hazards are on, excellent. It's the only way we would want it. Yeah, I was wondering about Camilla for the beginning. The starting item they took was bats. Ryudo took bats, and like they seem to be homing, but I don't know if they did any stun.
It looks like we're on the pirate ship.
I didn't know Castlevania had a pirate ship.
Once again, guys, this is top 8 of the Mystery Game Tournament here at Frosty Faustings. We're currently playing Castlevania Judgment for the Nintendo Wii. If you guys want to look up the game or, you know, look up game facts to find all the secret tips and trips and talk about it in chat, please do. While these guys are sitting here playing it out.
Oh, it shifts. Yeah, so she's got so Ryudo's gone with a poison cloud this time. Hasn't hit anything. We saw the poison debilitating stats in the first game, but it didn't seem to do much other than just damage over time.
Yeah, Jabali's doing a really good job here. He's zoning, he's collecting his items, and he's not really being super aggressive. I think he's trying to be, he's fully aware of that unblockable as well as that slide coming out.
So now we got the bats up that Ryudo picked up, and it seems that they just hone on the character, but it doesn't seem that they're doing any hit stun. Jabali's getting a lot more leverage out of that slide, but that unblockable does a lot of damage. It's got a really high startup, but it's paying off.
I'd be curious on these controls, how those, if the projectiles themselves, if they just happen to throw straight, or you know, if they have a little bit of hone to them. Because we've seen Ryudo there, he actually casted some kind of, it was like a red mist, a red spell, and it was like the complete different direction. So there is some kind of aiming mechanic.
What just hit her? I have no idea what just hit Ryudo, but now we are down to 5 seconds, and this is anybody's game.
No!
Oh, Ryudo's got the lead. Running away, running away.
Oh!
Goes to the unblockable and hits him again.
Round 2.
It looked like Jabali was rotating around. There was only 2 seconds left on the clock. The health was relatively close, but Jabali just ended up getting hit with that unblockable
that was
once
quite
again.
a right to the air combo there by Jabali, but he wasn't able to connect anything with it. Ryudo is still getting a lot of leverage out of that slide.
Yeah, see, and there again, he casted it, but it was in the opposite direction. So there must be some kind of aiming mechanic. You know, I'm actually holding my hands as if I had the Wiimote and nunchuck, and I'm like physically like, okay, if I push this button and then throw like this, like trying to figure it out as well as the ship is rocking back. There we go, that one landed.
Yes. So now we see that they Simon has some sort of DOT on them. Didn't last terribly long though. Ryudo's still getting, like, Ryudo, by and large, is just getting leverage out of the unblockable and the slide. And so far, that's been enough to take the first round. But now, whereas Jabali's mostly getting it out of his whip.
What is this tentacle? Is this actually environmental?
There we go! That's what we didn't see the last time. They said we had hazards. They delivered.
Oh, man, I wonder if this is like Soul Calibur and you can get a ring out now. Now that those rails are gone.
Well, either way, it doesn't look like we're going for a ring out. Jabali has just one good whip over the head, and that should do it. Ryudo's running back, trying to strategize.
I think Simon just had a super jump. I think he actually like jumped off of a barricade or something there.
Yeah, Jabali just wants to go for that overhead. We haven't seen Ryudo able to block it, but he's got plenty of lead at this point. So now we're going to figure out whether or not the life lead matters. Gets that, but the stand-up time is probably going to be too much. Yep.
Time's up.
Okay, so it does.
Final
I hear somebody in the crowd too. Lame.
Yeah. So it did award it to Jabali, so I guess the must have been close enough to be a draw in the previous round.
Yeah.
Anybody's game at this point. Nobody has any items, so it's really just about what their base weapons are. Jabali blocks the slide, but doesn't punish Ryudo for it, and gets hit by the unblockable yet again.
Yeah, Jabali, one of the other things I want to note in that previous round is he actually was trying to rotate around and move towards the middle of the ship, and the barrel actually like materialized in front of him, and he ended up actually pushing him towards his opponent. So that's one of the things as well. You know, the other stage had zombies, and you know the other stages have other destructible objects, but in this one, the barrel location seems like it's very important as well, because that's how you're going to collect your items, but also you're trying to rotate around and get off of that wall. You never know when they're going to pop up and when you're going to actually be physically forced. Your character's going to be pushed in a direction that you don't desire.
So I think at this point, and it makes sense to have Rowley win that they've both decided what their main strategy is. Ryudo is just trying to either slide or do the grab, whereas Jabali is mostly just going for the overhead slam with the whip. And right now, it looks like it's favoring Ryudo.
Oh!
Nice air-to-air there by Ryudo. Gets a follow-up with the slide, too. He gets him again out of the air. Jabali is down to his last leg here, and here comes the tentacle. Is that going to do it? Nope. It's another overhead. Ryudo's still got at least 3 of those in him.
Yeah, Jabali just kind of shot over that one there, but it is, yeah, look, he's really favoring that move, and he got knocked out of the air on that one.
It's over about the time. So we got 1-1. Question now is that
Dracula and expect to live.
okay.
Yeah, I would assume these guys at this point, they know the mechanics. They're going to stay with the same characters. I think it's a matter of the stage coming up, although the stage necessarily hasn't played a huge factor so far, unless we see something like really crazy.
Oh, Jabali switching over to Alucard. I guess he wants more sword normals.
Yeah, he got that info from the previous game when he watched the mini-mat and Aggro Crag play as Alucard. So literally now that he knows the actual controls of the game, well, first off, he actually figured out, his kind of combo scheme, with that overhead.
Right.
I'm sure he knows how to execute that move, and he's just going to see how Alucard does it. But then also he has the info of what the previous round those guys did with it.
I personally would have been intrigued to see somebody go. I'm sure there's somebody that's more caster-based, because I imagine homing for playing this for the first time would have been amazing. Either way, we are getting 2 melees, and they're going into the clock tower this time. Haven't seen the hazards on this, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this stage is actually pretty trippy. It looks like there's some boxes up on the higher gears there that you can use for your items. There's also something they're glowing in the center. I'm assuming that's just some kind of aesthetic and you can't actually knock the gear platform.
Or can you?
Oh, man. Yeah, you can see there's just this continuous rotation, and they all kind of change direction depending on which one you're standing on. Look at Jabali's using that sword power-up, whatever is happening there.
Yeah, and Ryudo's just been getting some decent leverage out of the bats. It's just free damage over time, and has had no shortage of hitting some slides and just running away, running back in. Now we've got some damage there from Jabali. Doesn't look like we can get ring out on these Kings.
Oh, did we speak too soon?
Too
There is ring out. We got ring outs.
Wow.
Round 2.
Spoke far too soon. So yes, I definitely think that you can interact with those cogs and knock them off to change the ring size.
Yeah, I would fathom the orange glowing part of the shaft that's holding those cogs is actually can receive damage and be knocked down. So one of the things I was going to mention even before that happened is when they're outside.
Oh, that was a grapple. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was sick.
When they're out on those outer cogs, the camera rotates along with the cog, so you don't actually know technically the position. You have to wait and actually wait for the camera rotation to ensure that you're able to get back in. Oh, no! And we see the cogs going. Oh, and the ring out occurred before it actually fell out.
Brilliantly done there by.
And I can hear the crowd just they're laughing, they're clapping, they're having a good time.
How could you not laugh at somebody just destroying the cog and then immediately jumping off?
So there was a little bit of the commentator's curse there. I mentioned it was like, oh, these players, they know the controls, they know their combos, they know what they're doing. The stage hasn't played that big of an impact. Yeah, well, the stage where you have actual ring outs, yes, plays a huge impact.
Especially when they're this accessible.
And we are here. This is the final round. Both these guys are 1-1 apiece in their one round also. So whoever takes this is going to take
already
this.
got Jabali down to half health, but we've seen ring outs. Both of these rounds have been ring outs so far, so this likely might not mean anything.
Yeah, look at Jabali's just he's kind of floating there in the back. Whoa!
Yeah, I think Ryudo's just trying to stay in the middle platform this time because he knows that that's the place he's least likely to get knocked off.
Yeah. Oh, it is motion control.
It is.
You see?
All right. All right, so Jabali is still holding on, and he rings himself
out!
No! And Ryudo joins him for the pool party shortly after.
So this entire time we've had, this is the second round of this game. We knew that they were playing on Wiimote and Nunchuck, but we didn't know that there was actual motion controls. So that's actually
that changes everything.
Incredibly tiring for each of these rounds. And maybe that's, we were talking before, like the controls, like maybe the actual like projectile mechanic is like press this button and then like, that's how you use your whip or that's how you use certain projectiles. Maybe that's why, the directional input is received.
Well, I mean, it makes me think about like when they put Street Fighter on motion control for Nintendo, and how you're supposed to be able to do the Hadoken and just really look ridiculous during the entire time. And part of the other thing when you talk about people about how to play Mystery, it's one of the first order things in a fighting game is like, okay, what moves can I easily find that are accessible? Because obviously, a game like, let's say, King of Fighters with like pretzel notions or something like that, that's not going to be the first thing you try. You're going to try your quarter circles.
Yes.
You're going to try your DP motions, your quarter circle backs, half circles and stuff. And so, but with motion controls, that complicates everything.
Yeah, normally there is some overlap of familiarity, and as you mentioned, like players kind of know. Like one of the games that I actually a few years ago I was talking. It was Street Fighter EX3, which is the 3D version.
Right.
And I actually sat down to play it, and we were just testing it out and having fun. And I ended up picking Ryu, and I was trying to quarter circle and do projectiles, and it was a little bit different. But like later on in the match, I'll just play Dawson. Well, he's got those extendable limbs, and everything's going to be fine. And sure enough, it's like stick with what you know and try and implement it the best you can.
Yep.
But when you're in a world where this is what you got to do, it's all up to you.
Yep.
And it's in the matter of like actual like literal fatigue, literal fatigue coming into the matchup as well. You've got to combat with all of that.
Well, and again, I can't go on enough about the different ways and strategies you can have for a mystery game, because some people, their mentality would be, it's like, okay, well, rather than taking the time to figure it out, I'm just going to engage my opponent heavily so that they don't get the time to figure it out. We've seen how quick that first set went by in an instant. And if you use that to your advantage, it's just I'm going to pressure my opponent before they get the time to figure out what's good, what's bad, and something like that. The game could be over before it even starts.
Yeah, and I got a quick update for you here. I don't know if you guys saw there, but they actually came back and they requested the case.
Yep.
So that might be the last that we see of that Castlevania Judgment.
For this tournament.
Right, for this tournament. It could obviously show up some other time as well.
Yep.
We're getting ready for it. Another game should be popping up here very soon. One of the things I do want to do, though, is I want to give all of the staff and the volunteers that helped with the Mystery Game Tournament a huge shout-out. This is such a well-oiled machine. All of their pools ran on time. Everything they did ran on time.
Yep.
They have an amazing track record, and when you logistically are changing games as fast as they are, that is really impressive.
The person that we've had as our liaison that gave us the case and took it back and stuff is Tony. Tony is the brother of Mike Elvin Shadow, who is one of the main directors for this event. And Tony's been working on Mystery with the rest of the crew for years. And they just to your point, they've got it to just down such to a well-oiled machine. They've worked with each other, they've coordinated with each other, they know how to flow it, and it makes all the difference in the world.
Well, I think one of the really unique and cool things about it too is the fact that they actually have they have option select. So like they know the games that they've selected, they've tested out the games, they spend game modes.
They spend dozens of hours testing.
Yes.
Before that, and even on the site, it's like, well, even the little things like, well, we played this on our rig back home, we got to play it on a PC to make sure it doesn't break.
Right. Yeah, and the hours that go into actually like organizing this, but then also as well like being here at the event. Like we said, it completely capped out. We couldn't let anybody else in it. Logistically, like it's already a nightmare enough as it is, but those guys are just incredible.
They're pros, period, flat, and we are so grateful. This has always been one of the attractions of Chicago tournaments, and we have people that even if they enter other games besides Mystery, they come here for Mystery.
Yeah.
And if they don't get in, they beg, borrow, and plead to get in. Like we've got Nerd Josh. He comes every year, Combo Breaker, and he always enters Mystery. He loves playing Mystery.
Yeah.
The locals. We've got several locals like J Money and other, formerly heroes of who just love playing Mystery.
Well, and I think one of the coolest things too is the fact that it's the mystery games, you don't know what they are, but at the same time it could be a beloved game from your childhood. You mentioned Nerd Josh. Actually, one of the first times I ever saw him compete in the mystery game tournament, he actually got Primal Rage. Well, little known fact, that was like his childhood. That was one of his beloved games as a kid, and I love that game as well. So afterwards, we started talking about it, and just completely like an hour and a half conversation about Primal Rage, like the different characters, the setups, and things like that. So you don't know what you're gonna get, but at the same time, you could be training your whole life without even knowing it.
Absolutely. And sometimes we'll get throwbacks like they've done Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
People love when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, I heard a button. I heard a sound. What are we getting? Come on, tell us what we're getting.
Some kind of notification.
Yeah?
The interesting thing is I didn't actually hear a console booting up. I didn't hear any start music. So, oh no, we're banning-handed. Oh no.
What do we have here? Ladies and gentlemen, notice that we do not have a Sega Genesis game. We have a Mega Drive cartridge.
The Mega Drive. I think this might be some kind of crazy sumo. It is indeed. I'm looking at the back of it right now.
Yeah, we got to flip that over.
An actual sumo game. Yep, and you can see it there up on the screen. And that beautiful 16-bit graphic sound. We've got 645 on the left-hand side. We've got Typhus on the right-hand side.
I have never seen a sumo wrestler jump that high.
Right?
So just as a reference, we have 645s in the black, whereas Typhus is in the gold. And there is a health bar, which so far 645 seems to be doing a better job of exploiting, but I would be shocked if you couldn't ring out in a sumo game.
Yeah, I would. Obviously, I think that's probably one of the primary objectives. Yeah, and we see they're actually tugging there and
they're
pushing
going for the
and
grapple.
pulling.
He's pushing. He's got him right on the edge.
Oh, wow! And the open palm slap to the face is what leads to the ring out.
Oh, that call out.
And there's a taunt after, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're going into round 2.
So unfortunately we didn't get to see the actual character select screen, so we don't know. I would imagine that they're different characters with different attributes.
Whoa,
oh my God! Tyrus is going for that bush.
Whoa! Gets him.
645 turns it around on him though. The character was flashing.
Yes.
There's some kind of timing mechanic there.
And I mean, we're seeing the grapples. You know, we're seeing, and it seems like the grapple mechanic changes a little bit as you get closer to the side. All right.
Yeah.
So
oh wow! There's a lot of characters.
We have 15 different sumo wrestlers to choose from. And they're going for the mirror again. All right. Starting off with some 100-hand slaps. But the 100-hand slaps are not doing a great amount of damage unless they let it so that it makes it easier to grapple your opponent. I don't know. 645's getting some grapple. He's pivoting him around. They're pushing. They're grappling. 645's got him right on the edge.
Ooh.
But he gets it turned around on him again.
Oh! Welcome to Suplex City.
Population
U.
I love that taunt.
All right.
Did you think you had a chance to defeat me?
Yeah, so as we mentioned previously, this is both of these guys, they're playing the same character now. So
yes.
It seemed that they were playing different characters before. They opted, Typhus opted to, after losing the first round, pick the same character, so that way they're on a little bit more equal footing. Whoa, and we see the big suplex come out there, but he wasn't far enough out.
Yes. Typhus seemed like he recovered a little bit of health after the end of that grapple too, and it did some damage, but again, we're just not sure if they're getting a net advantage by having that health down, because if you get thrown out, you're out.
Yeah, it might actually be almost like a fatigue meter.
Yes, could be.
Again, these guys they're going super fast and aggressive, but we don't know what that meter can lead to. But we know what this
on the
leads
edge.
to.
Is he gonna get to throw him around?
We got some flashing red guys.
Oh,
wow.
he headbutts him out of it.
The clutch headbutt to get him out of the corner there.
Stamina meter's about. Oh, is that appropriate? Is that allowed in sumo wrestling? Going back to the 100-hand slap, 645 has a little bit of a life lead, if it even matters. Notice that there's no timer. So presumably it only goes until somebody's down. Going for the grapples, Typhus is down even lower, but we're getting close to the edge.
Oh, no.
645's trying to push him in.
Oh!
What?
The power slam of the gods!
Wow. How do you do that?
I love the fact. I look at these guys. Typhus is like, yeah, I picked the same character as you. Yeah, you took the first round, but I unlocked the super move that you didn't even know you had.
Tech. Where did he pull that from? All right, so we're getting back into a grapple, but we're pretty close to stage.
Oh!
I spoke too soon. He threw him a third of the way across the arena.
He did, and now this is the question. 645, is he going to stay the same character, or is he going to try to switch up to something different?
I don't know if I don't know if with a straight face I could take the same character when I saw him do that super move.
That's what I'm saying. You might have a character. We don't even know the other attributes of the other guys.
Yes, we have no idea. They literally picked the first character on the screen. All right, so we've got some 100-hand slaps. Typhus has a little bit of a lead here.
Yeah,
now he's a much bigger lead.
He's super aggressive. Typhus at the very start of the round just starts slowing slaps out there. 645 turns the momentum.
He throws it. Whoa! 645 reverses it. Throws him straight out of the arena despite the disadvantage initially.
Yeah, so Typhus, I mentioned I liked how aggressive he was being, but actually 645 was able to use his momentum, spin him around. Whoa, that hop? What is? Oh my God!
What is that jump?
What happened?
They're going for the grapple again. They're going to get to the edge. The question is, who's going to be able to throw each other at the end?
I like the headbutts coming out there. Look at this big push by Typhus. Oh, he's charging up.
Are we frozen? What's going on here? He's got the headbutt. He has got 645 against the ropes again. Struggling. Trying to, 645's going to, but he throws him.
Oh! So again, this is where the question comes in. The match is now 2-1. I'm curious. This is probably best of 5.
I would think so, given how quickly this game's going. Yep. Yep, we're still going in.
So we're still discovering. We're still unlocking. We're still exploring.
This is the kind of game that typically after this happens, you go up to the mystery game, directors and stuff, since they play these games so extensively, and you're like, so what's the deal, man? How does this game work? What are the mechanics? Who's really picked it up and who didn't? Because when you get to those grapple scenes, obviously we've seen both the original pressure. Oh, the instructions are visual.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Perfect.
this is a CIB copy of this game. One of the fantastic things about the Mystery Game Tournament is all the entry fees collected, they take a small portion of it to help buy more games. So this is a physical copy of this game on the Mega Drive, and we actually have the manual here with it as well. And oh, look, there's the inputs here on how to do that super move that we saw earlier. Oh, no! Typhus gets knocked out. There's a flaming slap. Every character has their own unique special. Yeah, there's actually a quarter circle here.
And I'm guessing those are charges because they have the 1-2 like that. But either way, 645 appears to be, assuming we're going 3 out of 5, on match point, and he's already pushing Typhus to the corner. They're getting back into a grapple. They're right back to the middle stage.
Yeah, so absolute worst case, both of these players or any of the players that play this game afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, and Typhus takes the round back.
They could take a look at this and actually, talk with staff like you mentioned and get some insider tips or maybe some secrets they didn't know before or discover. But they actually have the manual. Yeah, they have the manual in here as well, too.
All right, so we're down to the last round for this. Typhus needs this to stay into the contention where 645 is looking to close it out. Goes for a throw, doesn't able to throw him over the shoulder, but he's got Typhus in the corner. The health is about equal. Ooh, and kicking. Goes for a super jump, but puts himself into the corner for it.
Yeah, I don't think that was actually a super good move by 645 there.
But he's pivoted really quickly, but now we're going back.
Oh, look
at
the do-si-do!
Oh! Whoa! Typhus on the brink, literally floating in the air, and still manages to turn it around. Or 645 rather, my apologies. 645 takes it 3-1.
Wow. It's... I enjoyed this game.
I think this is hilarious.
Yeah, let me show you guys. Yeah, so as I mentioned, you can see this is actually, they have the manual is in here.
And I love he's doing his win pose.
He is. Yeah. So I could show you guys some of the pages and show you some of the things that are in here, but I don't want to do that because everybody else is out in the crowd watching. We might have our next competitors coming up.
Yes,
so.
We want to be a little careful about what we're revealing because obviously once the match is about to start, we can show you what the game is because they're literally just about to find out and they can't do anything about it. But there's some key secrets in here that we want to make sure people don't have an undue advantage.
Well, and the hilarious thing, too, is it kind of comes up in conversations like, okay, well, this is a Mega Drive game.
Right.
There's not that many buttons.
No.
So how many different things could there actually be?
Right. And this is the kind of thing that people will be looking on the internet for emulators of just, this is something obscure that's a fighting game, maybe I'll run into it.
All right, this next matchup, we got Brad Skills versus Let's Get Acid.
They're going for a lot of grapples, staying mostly in the mid stage though. However, I believe Brad Skills is the green one. Getting a little bit of push, but now Let's Get Acid's push back. They're still really just staying in the middle. And the damage, the life lead's pretty comparable.
Yeah, these guys were able to, whoa, look at this. What,
we got
infinite combo? These guys were able to watch the previous round, so they know a little bit of the mechanics. They just got to figure out the controls now. We see a lot of slaps coming out. There's that big jump.
Yep. Let's Get Acid has got a significant life lead. We haven't seen anybody just be KO'd on the mat yet, but this could be the first time we see that. It's very close. Oh, Brad Skills is completely out of stamina.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
And we get a different win post.
Yeah, let's get Acid opted to choose a different character there, and that is the first time that we see we call it the health or fatigue meter,
yes.
Health bar or whatever it may be. Oh my God, Brad Skills literally jumping halfway across the ring.
He gets anti-aired by a hand slap.
Oh man, I would
Nice
absolutely love. There it is. I was gonna say I want to see both these guys jump in the air at the same time. I want to see some crazy like anti-air, mid-air battle.
Sumo air airs.
Right.
Life lead is just about equal here, and they're still in the middle of the stage, so it's really going to be. But it looks like we're seeing a really strong difference in approach here. In that for the first game, almost every single one was a ring out. But at the rate we're going, all of these matches are going to be by fatigue or health. What a mix-up!
Wow.
We have sumo wrestler cross-ups.
Yeah, they opted. There was a lot of slapping back and forth in that round, and these guys, I think they're playing more of the footsie game. They want to stay in the center of the mat. They don't want to do anything too crazy, except jump 15 feet in the air over their opponent.
Oh, nothing crazy except for jumping in 15
Right.
feet. That's fine.
Whoa, that was a weird encounter.
Yes. All right, so now we're starting to see some grapples. Now it looks like they're going for a throw. Brad keeps leeching over. He's got him in the corner, but they keep reversing. Oh! And Brad Skills takes game one with a reverse throw.
Yep.
Oh, and it looks like they must be playing different characters because yes.
Yeah.
You can see by the portraits.
Look at this. I like the actual character select icons are actually palm prints.
Yes.
Did you notice that? One
I
for
did
red
notice
and one
that.
for blue. Yeah. Oh my goodness!
Whoa, look at all that damage. A nice 20% early starter so by Brad Skills. And he's pushing Let's Get Acid in the corner. We're going into reversals. Anybody can throw anybody.
Yeah,
Up,
Brad's.
up. No! Brad Skills got him twice with that, where he was the one that was about to get thrown and gets the reversal.
Yeah, he was super aggressive in the start of that round. We see he must have landed at least 4 or 5 unanswered palm slaps, but by the time that Let's Get Acid backed up into the corner, he was able to get the reversal and throw him out there. And we see, oh, look, there's those slap combos again. It almost looks like he's setting him up for a choke slam by the animation, which I would not be surprised if there's something like that in this game from what we've seen so far.
So we've got Let's Get Acid decides to get out of the grapple, get some damage, and he's done it again. Brad Skills is now losing on the life loss very quickly.
These guys are pushing and shoving. We're getting a little bit of the do-si-do. We haven't seen any of those headbutts. Whoa, and there comes a toss there.
Brad Skills jumps to get out, but he's very low on life. A couple of hand slaps to show be all it takes, but now he gets a really strong combo himself. It looks like Let's Get Acid was stunned. He was reeling from it. Gets another hand slaps, and now Brad Skills goes up the first round for game 2.
I love how Brad Skills, during the end of that round, he had a bunch of palm strikes, and then he actually changed it up by he had a low kick. He actually went palm slap, low kick.
He won the game. I thought he only had one round. Did I see that?
No, he took both rounds.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
My bad.
Oh my goodness, and we have the zombie sumo man. Look at him. He's taller.
He's gigantic.
He's got
Do we not have weight classes in sumo wrestling?
Got a gray hue to him. They're both. Okay? They both have green.
We have green. We have light green. Green light skin and green darker skin. And also the size difference. Like, I don't even know how Brad Skills' character is supposed to compete when he's got a man that's got easily 40 pounds on him. Whoa!
Wow.
That's how you do it. Just throw him straight to the ground and bounce him out.
That was interesting because Let's Get Acid looked like he was actually, he had full grab of Brad Skills and he was leaning back, basically setting up for that suplex. And Brad Skills actually just hit him with a palm slap, and that's what pushed him, used his own momentum against him.
Yes. Which, my limited understanding of sumo wrestling is that is part of it, but how actually translate into the game is the entire thing.
I would love to know if these characters actually have different after. There it is! He did the same thing again.
And in quick succession, Brad Skills takes it 3-0.
Yeah, I'd be very curious to know if if each of the characters have their own stats, as far as their actual weight or push around limit or
I would hope so.
Things like that, because it seemed like, that character was much larger.
Yes.
But it seemed mechanically it kind of worked the same, but at the same time, when using the palm strikes and using their momentum against them. Again, this is all up for interpretation. I have no idea. I could be completely just talking bonkers right now.
I mean, and again, you'll see instances where somebody will find a strategy that works, and then either they could, see a different match, or they can talk to somebody who knows the game intimately, and it's like, yeah, that character has an infinite, or
yeah, right.
That's that was easily punishable or something like that. It's about what works in the moment. Your goal is to win. Your goal is not to win the best way. Your goal is not to win cleanly. Your goal is just make it so that you have the W at the end of that and find whatever means necessary you have to it.
Yeah,
Contain
that's why timeouts are a very real strategy, real and viable strategy. And you know what? It's a little scummy, but at the same time, you got to get.
I mean, you're talking to a Guile player, so I'm fine with a timeout. It's a W, but I can understand where people would have a different opinion.
I gotcha. So once again, guys,
We're switching game again.
Yeah, top 8 mystery game tournament here at Frosty Faustings. Just a fantastic time all around. You never know what's around the corner or what's going to happen.
I have commentated my fair share of games, and it's always my favorite to do mystery. You know, eventually, and I'm sure, you know, we've got, let's see here, we've got winners finals. We have, you know, the several rounds of losers, because we have the losers quarters, the losers semis, the losers finals, and the grand. So we have 5 different games. And a 6th if grand finals resets.
If there is a reset, like last year. Last year we had the reset.
And every time that I've watched a good batch of mystery top 8 or commentated, something will usually be in there that will get me laughing to the point of tears.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I'm not going to say it's guaranteed, but I'm optimistic. So I want to see what other zany things the directors have come up with and what other things we're going to try to make sense of.
Wasn't there there was a moment, I can't remember, it feels like it was a few years ago. You and Humbag were doing commentary.
Yes.
And there was a game where you guys both just literally broke out crying. That's how hard you were laughing.
Yes. I was actually talking about this with a couple of people earlier when I was talking about mystery. So I cannot remember the name of the game, sadly, but it was the
mechanical, like the bulldozer fighting game.
Construction
Yes,
game
I remember
fighting.
that.
Yes. And especially because when I was talking about these people, I was trying to find. I know the GIF exists out there somewhere because one of the characters in that game was a dog. It was an Inu, and so when it was sitting at the controls. It couldn't reach the pedals, but everything that was in when they were in the machine, they had some sort of idle action animations, and it was just a dog going like this, just trying to reach the pedals and pet it. And so you could see that, you know, whenever somebody would pick the dog and then win, they would pan it over the crowd, and you've got 40, 50 people out in the crowd. They're just doing it
simultaneously.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I remember at one point, one of the matchups was like 2 cranes, and Humpback just made a remark of something like is that third strike?
Is that third strike?
Oh, no. It sounded, the soundbite sounded like third strike.
We've got our next game coming up here, actually.
Battle Capacity 2013.
We got Jabali versus 645.
Yep.
Yeah, Battle Capacity. We got kind of, I'm going to call it the Kmart version of Pokemon. I'm not afraid to say it.
I thought that was Digimon.
No, did you? Okay, then what is the like the under retail version of
like the Farm and Fleet?
This is the Farm and Fleet Pokemon fighting game.
Yes.
Oh, yo, Pyrock. I don't know what you could do. Oh, look, they actually have a move
They have
list.
a moveset.
They
Yes,
got a
they do.
moveset.
And they look like NetherRealm notations. No quarter circles, just down to forward.
Yeah, so these guys actually had a little bit
Did
of
you
input.
see how much damage that did?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yo, these health bars are kind of tripping me out because they've got that kind of Z
Yes.
formation. I'm trying to look at them.
And again, we're seeing the strategy is finding something that seems really good and spamming it, and Jabali is just using that projectile to great effect, whereas the jabs that 645 has gotten in close range are doing nothing.
You know what's funny? We kind of joked about this. You know, this is a game that somebody put their heart and soul into.
Yes.
And it's being featured at Mr. Game Tournament. Someone else that put their heart and soul into a game, and this kind of slightly the character design reminds.
Did you see that range?
What was that?
What was that?
Where did that come from?
That made no sense. That made
It's
no
like
sense whatsoever.
It's like the movie Tremors. His leg literally dug underground and then popped up and swallowed him whole.
I don't know how many people on the stream are actually going to get a Tremors reference there, Mike.
Oh, man. But as I was mentioning, Jabali is playing Tomahawk, which is this bird-type character. The character design kind of reminds me of Brawlhalla.
Yes.
They actually came out here. They had their booth. They had a setup. They were staring that game. Super awesome. If you guys haven't checked it out, it is available on Steam.
Yes.
So check out Brawlhalla. They had their circuit, the World Championships. They've got a whole bunch of stuff they're doing as well. But if you want to compete in the Battle Capacity 2013
Gotta play
World
Mystery Game.
Circuit, you got to come to the Mystery Game Tournament.
All right, so Mike, how intimate are you with Pokemon?
I'm not incredibly at all.
Okay, because I just wasn't sure if you were able to win in, because we've got a flying type that looks like to be against grass or earth. I don't even know if Pokemon has earth at this point. Yeah, they do. So I have no sense of what that matchup is. But either way, it looks like 645 is finally starting to get some more damage out of his normals, so that when he doesn't get in that close range, he's able to punish Jabali and take second round.
Yeah, look.
Oh,
Oh,
we're
no,
raining.
the rain.
Whoa.
What? Power Lasers from Pyrock.
Where did it come from?
From his mighty, mighty wood stubs.
Was his wood stubs that have no hole in them?
Yes, exactly.
645 gets a nice trade there, but Jabali gets a really painful normal there. He just backs up to do some more wind. Nice anti-air by air-to-air there by 645. Cross-up is blocked.
Tomahawk has a dive kick. I was just about to say that, and he does it right there.
How could you not have a dive kick?
Yeah, Tomahawk has the dive kick. Look at this. We see the projectiles, the zoning coming out. So, again, this
Did you see that cross-up anti-air? 645, that is sick. Jabali's got the life lead, and he gets it again with that really powerful low normals.
Yeah, so these guys they're trying to implement, all of the, the translation from other fighting games. And again, look, they have their movesets. This game is not necessarily as brutal as some of the other ones. You can see that they have, some of their movesets here, maybe learn a couple things. I noticed down at the bottom they had like the names of their super moves.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, they could build meter. These guys have meters at the bottom, but I'm not exactly sure everything they do. 645 opted to change over from Pyrock to Skylent.
Skylent.
That's how I'm going to pronounce it.
Skylent, okay.
Skylent Green. Wow, and the Tomahawk, he's got that
Well,
crazy,
bear in mind, it's not Tomahawk, it's Tomahawk.
Oh, Tomahawk. I've been pronouncing it wrong.
I don't know if they have the copyrights to be able to say Tomahawk.
Tomahawk. They got a cease and
You'd think that was in fair use, but clearly not. So Tomahawk gets a nice, Jared Paley gets a nice air-to-air there, gets another knockdown. He's gotten a lot of damage off of those air spheres and those jump backs.
Yeah, and it's kind of insane the scaling that a lot of these moves have. You can see we're 53 seconds left in this round. We're not even necessarily halfway through the round, and we're like 2 hits. Yeah, 2 hits before the end of the round. So unless these guys start playing super defensively, I don't think we're going to see a timeout.
No.
And look, we start at 98 seconds. We don't start at 99. Battle Capacity 2013 starts at 98 seconds.
645 gets a really strong lead here. He's starting to get a better sense of the buttons. Looks like it's a very strong anti-air. However, Jabali has just gone back to his air spheres.
What?
Yeah.
What?
He can directionally influence him. We've seen like 3 different arcs. Probably based on the button.
Oh, man, this does not look good for 645.
Really good jump in by 645, though. He had him in the corner, but he lets Jabali escape, and now it's back to air spheres.
Whoa!
Super. Burned all his meter. And Jabali takes a quick 2-0 there.
Yo, I want to see the stork. Or no, the narwhal. Do you see the narwhal?
There's a narwhal?
There's a narwhal.
Well, wow. Either way, Jabali is sticking with Tomahawk. Obviously, he's winning. 645 really thinks Skyline might be the answer here, but so far is down about 33% of their life. And every time they've gotten 645 has gotten Jabali in the corner, he's just been able to walk right out for free.
Yeah, 645. I'm just obviously he's stuck with the same character here. I maybe would have switched back. You know what Jabali's game is now. He's gonna try and zone you out. He's gonna use those projectiles, and he's gonna come in. He's got the dive kick. Oh!
Wow! The damage on that was sick.
And I can hear the crowd on the other side going crazy.
Yes. Even from here, with all the barriers and stuff, we can still hear them pretty loud. They're getting hyped for this game. That's some, because this character didn't need more mobility to be able to skate. Now Jabali is just never going to be able to get trapped in the corner. He comboed into that. Either that or it was a reset. Regardless, it looked amazing. Jabali's almost on a perfect here. 645 has 1 round 2.
Some kind of like slashing special that went there. Jabali
Yes.
used all of his meter. Oh, and I was just about to say 645 used his super last time.
Yes.
Maybe he knows the input and he used it there, but he was the range was too far out. So Jabali will end up. Yeah, look, there was a narwhal. You can see there's a narwhal. There was a stork. Yeah, look at this. Look at some of the. Yeah, so we've got
Stork. Yep.
I don't know what that is in the bottom left-hand corner.
I have no idea. I'm guessing some sort of sea creature.
Oh, Kitsuno, I don't like it. That character's a little scary. There it is, Colossal. That is Colossal. Look, and he, just like I made in the Trimmers reference earlier, look, he's coming out of the ground. I wonder if there's a prawn.
There's a prawn. And then if you look in the upper right, we've got a mummy.
Oh, Fidget, don't mess with Fidget, man.
And the one in the upper right looks like the electric type Pokemon that was in the group. So Mini Matt is taking a page out of it. He says, this Tomahawk looks amazing. I'm just going to put Brad Skills going with the Stork. And the Stork does have a projectile as well.
Yeah, and that is the privilege of, you know, watching competitors compete before you do. Minimat taking the push out of Bailey's book. He just has to learn the actual controls and the input now. Brad skills, you know, a little bit of, wow. We got some tornado kicks. He's got to learn everything this character could do and how to execute.
And see, Brad Skills is doing a much better job of once he got Minimat in the corner, he kept him there. But that said, Minimat has been poking back, and right now he has a life lead.
Oh.
Is that an install? Or is it a command grab? I have no idea.
I don't know if we're actually going to find out. Brad Skills, he's taking a lot of damage here. There he goes. He's blocking efficiently now. Yeah, look at this. Oh, and that arcing projectile from Tomahawk.
Is that bird speaking English?
I
think that bird is
I heard a
speaking-
little bit. I heard a little bit of, yeah. Oh, got
Wow.
caught on the end of that super. But again, why do you need super moves when these moves do so much damage?
Yeah, both Minimat and Jabali just did a lot of either the retreating air attacks or just the projectiles, and we've already got Brad Skill down to half health.
Brad Skills, unfortunately, he tried to revolt, like going back to the
We
projectiles
have a
as well.
crane with a Hadoken. He even has the animation and everything.
Ooh,
We got a nice air
corner.
trickle there, but Brad Skills puts himself in the corner. Minimat just gets time to back out, keeps doing the air projectiles. Oh, he's lunging forward. He's looking for that command grab.
Yeah, that was interesting. I thought those guys they were spacing back. I thought they were gonna
He
actually.
ducked under the Hadoken.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. Tomahawk, please.
Yeah, at this distance, you would think these guys would resort to more projectiles. Minimap was there indeed. Brad Skills is coming in,
This
though.
is his chance. He's got Minimat in the corner.
Ooh, he
Blocks
blocks.
the super. Punishes him
Ooh.
for it. Does Rekka's got juggles? Keep him in the corner. Let's see it.
Oh. All right, Brad Skills. You going to stay the same or are you going to change? Let's see. He's hovering. He's kind of looking around.
And again, you know, another thing about this, like you play enough games, you have a sense of what an archetype is in terms of like this is the zoning defensive character. At least that's the way he's being played. So he can look at these other characters and like what looks like something that would beat that, whether it's based on its moves or how it looks. You know, because you know obviously they make characters that are looking like a specific theme or a different idea in mind. So either way, we are going with Revenant.
Who doesn't have legs.
No,
He is the floating mummy.
he doesn't need legs.
He seems to me like he's the Zangief of this game. He looks to me like a grappler.
He is very muscular. He, you know, even in death, he's still working out. But
see-
right now, all he's doing is getting zoned. And again,
Are you seeing this like actual downward arcing projectile that's coming out for a Minimat? Look at that!
he's got like he has that one. He has the one that just loops on the way. He has one that goes straight. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's able to directional influence. I think it's just probably based on the buttons. But how do you block that?
Ooh! We got a slight teleport, but it's still not going to be enough. Minimat, I think at this point, is just going to keep playing it safe. He's just going to keep using
I
projectiles.
mean, I think that the damage that Brad Skills has done is deceptive because by and large he is just losing in the neutral game, and he really hasn't been able to get momentum count in. Minimat already has about a 60% advantage. And Brad Skills finally gets in. He gets a couple of hits, but he lets Tomahawk get right off the corner again.
Oh, there comes a big throw. We see the amount of damage it takes there. We know that. Okay, we got some corner pressure here. Let's see Brad Skills if he can get in here. What is he got to do? There's another grab. He
That
keeps
did
him
some
in the
decent
corner.
damage. Brad Skills got him in the corner again. Life lead is pretty close there. Minimat's just trying to do the projectiles from the back. Just wants to chip him out that way.
Oh, he jumped
nice
over the
read there by Brad
projectile.
Skills. Gets him with the command throw.
Oh! With the magic pixel.
I couldn't even see it. I couldn't even see it. All right, so Brad Skills is showing some adaptation here. Minimat starts with a little bit of aggression, now going back, but he's got himself in the corner already, and he's only done about, 20%.
It's all about this upward arcing projectile. If Brad Skills could get over that and then get him pressured into the corner, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. You
Well,
can see him now, the spacing, the timing.
And we saw the teleport there, so he should have the tools to be able to do that.
Oh, do you see the upward elbow?
Yes.
Oh,
Wants
is it
to cross
free?
there.
Yeah, he gets the grab.
But he backs off afterwards. Lets him do more of his retreating quills. Still getting a lot of value out of those orbs. Brad Skills is down to about 15, maybe 10%. But Minimat, one command grab could do it. Goes back to the retreating, and
Brad Skills, though, I do want to give a huge amount of props there for actually the zoning that he was doing there at the end. You know, he
Yes.
knew that he had to get in, and the actual, the actual zoning and placement of his character. He picked up a lot of info off of those previous rounds. You can see he's actually jumping. He knows there's 3 different types of projectiles I have to watch out here for.
Right.
There's that arcing, there's that downward diagonal, there's the looping curve that comes upwards, and then there's the straight. And if I could correctly outspace and jump over all 3 of those, then I'm gonna get in and do damage.
Well, the thing that baffles me is that Brad Skills is a local and he used to play Marvel. He played Taskmaster. You're describing Taskmaster. You have 3 different arrow types, and you alternated it based on the reads.
Oh, we see in Brad Skills, he's opted to change over to Cyclone here, and we see this is like the Blanca. He's got electricity.
Yes.
And 3 heads.
And 3 heads. And he reflected the projectile. Did you see that? This might exactly be the counter he was looking for. He is relentless right now.
Wow, are you seeing the angles on some of these lightning bolts? Look at this.
So now he's able to match it. So even if Mini Mac goes out, especially because Brad Skills is the life lead, he can successfully trade. And right now, he is just zapping him.
The amount of frustration that must be building up on Mini Mac.
And now he can trade.
Now. Yeah, we got a real match.
We have the adaptation.
Oh,
Brad Skills doesn't get the punish. He's still got a decent life lead.
He missed the timing there.
Yep. Will gets crossed under because of the bad jump in. We're really close. It could be anyone's game at this point. And
oh, no. Mini-Matt's like, yo, I already figured out the projectiles on my character. Good luck catching up to me. I don't know. That moment of silence there. Cyclone, whenever it shoots projectiles, kind of sounds like a seal.
It does. It's a adorable, pathetic little creature, apparently, but it's got 3 heads and lightning. So Mini-Man has gone back to his zoning game, and he's either winning or trading. And when you've got that big of a life lead, you are happy to be winning, or you're winning the trade, or just outright trading.
I like the way that Brad Skills actually opted. He jumped into the corner to try and retreat. Whoa! Full screen lightning?
And that's it, a huge chunk of damage. Brad Skills still behind, but he's got Mini-Man in the corner. He should be able to press him because a nice jump over the sphere, gets him with the air to air, keeps him in the corner. You may not get out. Mini-Mac goes back to his retreating projectiles, tries to get him in the air-to-air. Brad Skills doesn't bait for it, puts him back in the corner, but gets another retreating. One more projectile.
Oh.
Mini-Mac, 3-0. Brad Skills just shaking his head.
So the lesson we've learned, Tomahawk, the character to play.
I'm genuinely surprised we didn't see the mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw just Bailey just came right in with that and clearly found the game plan really quickly. And, the opponent, his original opponent, like, had some times where it's like, okay, I finally got in, I've done some damage, but never looked like he could clearly take over the Tomahawk zoning.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing, too, is learning a character on the fly. You know, even having watched the previous round, you kind of get a feel for what the game is. And, but picking a brand new character that, you haven't seen or anybody else had seen, in the previous matchup, he picked that grappling character. And even though he learned on the fly and, he learned the patterning of the projectiles that Mini-Mac was throwing out, he just, unfortunately, again, changing over to a new character, it's like you're learning to walk all over again.
Right. And so, obviously you look for characters that have transferable skills in terms of, like, we saw the Crane literally doing Hadouken. Hand animation, the whole 9 yards, but it was slow as molasses.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it went full screen.
No, and it seemed like as well, like you would think a crane with those kind of legs would be pretty lanky.
Yes.
It would have some good kicks. Did not have good kicks in its appearance.
No, not at all.
So, again, we're getting ready here. We're swapping out games once again. This is top 8 of the Mystery Game Tournament here at Frosty Faustings 10. 10 years! The 10th anniversary.
Years. I can't even stress how far this tournament has come. I actually, the first Frosty Faustings I went to, I believe, was 5. Yes, 5 and then 6 and 7. Yeah, 5. And 5 was the last year that we did it in Nickel City, which is in Northbrook. They had a party room that's really meant for about 40 people. We had over 200. So
take that, Fire Marshal.
If the Fire Marshal came by, he would have had some opinions. He would have had some opinions on that for sure. Like, it was just the room itself was jam-packed. It was hot. It was sweaty. And so we had to have people that were outside in the room. You usually were like playing some of the nickel games in the downtime, and it just kept growing.
I gotta jump in real quick. We got our next game up. In the bottom left-hand corner, the thing that looks like a minion, the yellow guy with goggles, El Burrito. Or no, Bulio.
Bulio.
I swear, earlier I said El Burrito. I thought this was a gigantic mutant fighting burrito.
I like Leonel Archangel.
With the gun?
He looks like a bad, like, Bruce Lee with a gun.
Look at the face on these guys' faces.
They're perplexed. What are these and what am I doing with them?
Yeah, there's at this point you just got to pick whatever character looks cool. Whoa, I see some 3D modeling here on the stage select.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. I want to I think I've seen this before.
What? So this is winners finals. Ryudo versus Agrocrag.
Your character, your starting animation just has the gun pointed.
So the game should have just been over, right? I'm pointing the gun. Just get him. So you've got usual things. You get meter from whiffs. His gun's on fire.
Okay, so the first thing I want to note is the health bars. Once again, we have that kind of. I wonder if this is the same developer as the last game we just saw, or if that's a total coincidence. Look at how slow these projectiles come out from this gun.
Who would ever buy a gun that is that slow? Whoa, that was quite a jump in there. We're pretty even right now. However, I would go with a gun personally if I was in this situation, although that was a pretty freaky cross in the intro for Ryudo there.
All right, this is something that's always plagued me playing fighting games. You always have the crowd in the background, like, okay, Street Fighter, it's a world tournament, people are there, Tekken, same thing, King of the Iron Fist. People want to watch the matches, it's exciting. This man has a gun.
Yes.
Don't stand there and watch.
He brought a gun to a crossfight.
He did.
Although we haven't. Oh, but she has a knife.
She's got the shank. The shank tech.
What is that? It was a launcher, I think. Looks like a launcher. Agrocrag is just trying to retreat back again to use his gun. Yep. But he mixed it up with the rush claw. So we clearly see that the bars segment into supers. Looks like we got 3. Don't know if we have any EXs yet. We do have flaming gun bullets.
Yeah, and I think some of the Agrocrag's moves right there.
Yes.
I don't know if that's just actually like the animation to show that it's hitting, or if that actually is like an EX move.
I am not sure what language that is.
I feel like this is some form of Russian, primarily just because of the font, the way that it actually looks.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Either way, Agrocrag goes up with the first round, and gets another launcher. The screen does not look like it was meant to handle launchers in this game.
No, it does not.
And I mean, we're seeing some of the hit sparks. We're not sure quite what those mean.
Wow, do you see that claw?
Yeah,
it's like a half-screen claw move.
Like, clearly, Leonel Archangel is not bound by ranges. He can play back with a gun, or he can just jump right in with the claw.
Yeah. And the jumping drop kick halfway across the
finally
screen.
Gets some follows up on that and gets an OTG with it. 3-hit combo there by Agrocrag. And it seems like he's really starting to figure this game out. Got a healthy life lead against Ryudo, and he took the first round.
Yeah, I really like the pacing he's using here. He's got that aggressive. He's got a couple of launchers. He's got some jump-in moves and some air combos, but he's also going to use that gun effectively and kind of space it out.
Punishes that with a launcher and takes the first game.
I feel like this is a weird cross of like Spanish or Portuguese.
Like, that's the thing, is that I look at the words and they do look like something that would be like a Latin-based language.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're right about the text. The text is throwing me for a loop as well.
All right, Ryundu, you got to figure out. I don't think he wants to say the same. Yeah, we're see
going in the mirror.
The mirror.
So what happens when flaming bullets meet? Do they neutralize each other?
They just bounce, yeah. Or they reflect. They bounce off each other.
We're about to find out.
This opening animation.
Got the same stage. They want to see a rematch of Street Fighter.
All right, so just for note to make it easier, Agrocrag is in the green pants.
Yes.
He does have a darker tank top. Ryundu is in the original character outfit, the white.
The one true Leonel Archangel.
Yeah, right?
Seems like Ryudo's already understood how the launcher's going. He's getting the life lead off of it. Nice little jump over of trying to get over the jump there, but he didn't manage to hit him. Agrocrag decides to take the sweep and back it off.
Yeah, it does seem Aggro Crag is actually like jumped into this character very well, and we see, yeah, he gets that launcher there. He's already kind of understood a lot of the inputs and how this character's mechanics were based off of that previous round.
Yep. And now it seems like we're just going back and forth with launchers. What was that? Was that a follow-up? Oh, look at that block stun. Look at those hit sparks.
Yeah, both these guys right now, they have full meter. But again, we haven't necessarily seen some kind of crazy.
Well, notice what the meter
out.
was expiring.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Aggro Crag meter. I think he was maybe using it on his shots, or maybe there's something else.
Because I think we've seen regular and flaming bullets, so I'm assuming they're using meters to expend that. Oh, and now we found out we have directionals. That changes things. I'm wondering if we can do jumping bullets.
Do you know if either one of these guys play Injustice? Because I figure if they play Deadshot, then they know how to play this character now.
Yes, I would hope so. But I'm not too familiar with their past games. Either way, Aggro Crag is currently got the life lead, and he has the first round already, so he's looking at a pretty good spot. We're doing some close range launchers and just seeing who gets the launch first. Now we're back to shorts. Now we're back to retreating.
Okay, there are barrels. If we learned anything in this mystery game tournament, those have items. You gotta shoot those barrels open.
Yes.
You gotta collect the hearts.
Yes. I don't think they're going to be able to get like the Holy Crosses like the Belmonts were, but at the same time, there could be some goodies in there. All right, so we're about to back to even. Oh, nicely done there by Aggro Crag. Gets a good launcher into damage.
Ooh.
Tries to go back in. Nice jump in there, but he didn't get any follow-up. But he gets 3 of them to the face.
I'm loving these dropkick mix-ups.
What, the mix-up of I drop kick so I do it again?
Well,
Did you see that anti-air into launcher? That was sick.
Ooh. Aggro Crag actually had a sequence there where Riano actually jumped and did his drop kick, and he crouched underneath it, and as soon as he landed, he jumped up and did his. But then, like you said, Riano actually had like 3 unanswered leaping drop kicks in a row.
All right, so they have selected rematch. So Aggro Crag is up 2-0 now. And now we're going to see if Ryudo's learned anything from the mirror.
Wow, and that immediate Riano just comes out with that slash. He wants to get in early. And there again, the drop kick. This is a matchup of the drop kicks now. It doesn't matter that you're holding a gun.
Did you see that ground bounce on the counter hit? Those launchers hurt, man. Ooh, we're getting 3 hits this time. I think that's the largest combo we've seen. We haven't seen any supers. I can't imagine that the meter is just for empowering moves. I would be shocked.
Yeah, I would think so as well, especially the way that it scales up. Yeah, and we see, there we go, the drop kick into the launcher.
We are frame trapping with launchers. This is cross Tekken all over again. Nice little cross up there, but wasn't able to hit on the other side. Aggro Crag's got a nice sizable lead here. Yep, trading launchers. Wins with the launcher again.
Yeah, Aggro Crag is definitely, he's playing very well this round. This matchup, and you can see, yeah, a lot of the drop kicks. These guys, it seems like they have like the same 5 moves that they're using over and over again.
Yes.
We actually don't know how many inputs this game. I'm like 98% sure this game is on PC. We don't know their actual inputs. We don't know how many buttons there are. This could be a 2-button game, a 3-button game.
Oh, the boot to the chest. And Aggro Crag is on match point. And one of the things I find really interesting is that they've been going back and forth between how they want to play. You know, so sometimes they'll just jump in and go for jump-ins, go for launchers. Sometimes they're like, no, I want to go back and try to bait you out with a claw or go for some gunshots. So they're really going back and forth between their gameplay. But by and large, Aggro Crag is just doing more damage each time he gets an opportunity. Anti-air there with the crouching jab.
Yeah, Aggro Crag has picked up this game really well, although it doesn't see, he's got the life lead, actually the life total is very close here. It seems like Rondu is actually picking this up a little bit. As I mentioned, that Aggro Crag lands another combo. Oh, look!
Yes.
They're going back and forth with these launchers.
Nice sweep there to punish the bullet.
They opt for some spinning low kicks.
Spinning low kicks. Nice launcher there by Ryudo. He's probably just slightly taking back the life lead, and then he takes a boot to the face. But still, we're going back and forth. This is anyone's round, but Ryudo needs to take this to stay in this match and stay in the mystery game.
Yeah, the action, it looks like it's so back and forth, but Aggro Crag has just got the life lead. It just seems like he's just got more of the optimal setups. Because we see, you know, they keep going back and forth and exchanging blows, but Aggro Crag, look at that. He's just leaping in.
Yep.
Oh, the mix-up.
Just gets a jab punish. All right, are we So again, remember, this is winners finals, but we are doing 3 out of 5. And so, and also I misspoke, we will be seeing more of Yudo. Seeing him on the loser side. But for now, Aggro Crag, grand finals. Grand finals with Archangel.
Yep.
Leona Archangel. Wow.
I still want to see. I think it was.
How about this music?
El Bulio? Yeah, this game is pretty.
I feel like we got turn up
Yeah,
that
this is-
music. We can go to a rave party after this, right? There's a rave party
Yeah,
for
right.
Frosty. Yeah,
This is the after party now.
Perfect.
We'll just turn this game on and bump the speakers.
Excellent, excellent. We've got all the technical equipment for a rave here. I'm sure we could get it down if we need it. We just got to talk to the mics. We'll make it happen.
That is actually the final game for grand finals. It's rave dancing. We have cyber goth outfits for these guys. We're just gonna blast some music and get some glow sticks, and whoever performs better, voted by you guys at home. Text your results.
To 1-800 Frosty.
America's top
Raver.
cyber goth raver. There you go, Simon Cowell. I got your next hit show for you.
I mean, I couldn't put that past Mystery Game. Like, maybe like if they could distill raving into a game form, they'd put it on that stream. Maybe not for grand finals, but they'd do it. They'd absolutely do it.
I mean, technically, we've seen all the Wii games with the motion controls.
Yes.
If you just tape some glow sticks on there, depending on the game they're playing, it kind of almost is like
we
they
got
are.
to put you on the mystery team. We got to get you as part of these ideas cannot go to waste, Mike.
I will have a ton of them, absolutely. And they're what is
What?
this?
We're going to church, ladies and gentlemen.
Pick up and throw stun players. Press A to
Are
join.
we picking up the wedding party?
Press down to drop through platforms. Okay, so it's a platform fighter. Last player alive wins. Okay, good tip. I like that.
Power-ups come out, bro. I am so intrigued. I am so very intrigued because I'm assuming there's only 2 players, the husband and the bride and the groom.
Yeah, you can see these guys, the staff. They're giving them a lot of the input. Whoa! What is that thing? What?
What?
Okay, so the wedding is just the backdrop. That's the stage.
Oh, come on. Did you not want to see a wedding brawler?
And this is, some kind of weird, wacky platform, googly-eyed platformer.
Oh my gosh, what have they gotten us into?
Now I actually want to give a shout out to whoever.
What the?
Wow!
Life is short.
Whoever designed this game. Oh my God! So this isn't like a traditional platformer we think like Smash.
Yes.
This is a literal platformer with a gigantic trimmer. All the games in top 8 have the same trimmer theme. So whoever dies, so you can pick up objects to throw them, you can jump up, there are multiple platforms, so it's literally who can get their opponent to be eaten first.
This makes me think of like the Mario Brothers versus, but with googly eyes and a gigantic tremor.
Oh no! Whoever, the blue character, I believe that's actually Jabali. Got it,
Okay.
yeah. Mini-Matt, we're just confirmed. Mini-Matt is the boy with the red outfit. Jabali is the little girl in blue. Jabali, there's a power-up. So there are power-ups in here, but the one that he picked up actually said stun.
Well, and given that, we've seen that these power-ups go all the way up to 5, like clearly this is supposed to be a relatively long, per round if you if you get all the way up to all those different power-ups. And what's happening here? Oh, and Mini-Matt did not expect the Trevor to suddenly lunge in front of him. And Jabali takes the first
Can
game.
you throw it? Yeah, press.
Yeah.
Yo, you can throw him off the cliff.
To the victor goes, this is Sparta. Just toss him right off the ledge.
We don't know the name of this game, but I want to give a shout out to whoever developed this because the actual starting stage is the tutorial before you go into the game. That's brilliant.
And, again, I thought we were getting a wedding fighter. No, that church is gone. Goodbye, wedding party. So right now they're just kind of doing tit for tat.
Yeah, I like, okay, so if you land on them, there is a little bit of stun. If you land on top of their head,
yes.
So that's one mechanic you can use. They're using they're busting the objects around them to get those power-ups. They're still kind of learning. They all have their own icon as far as what they do. I'd be curious if you can actually
he's
grab
going for
the jump. That's the super jump. He
Super
increased his jump.
Oh, he's got all of them. Mini-Man has all of the abilities now.
Yeah, so each time that
Look
you
at how long
collect
that
one
sun
of
is.
those,
He's just picking him up, and sooner or later, he's going to just be able to throw him right into the tremor.
yeah, you can see the actual, every time they collect a power-up, it's almost like their stats.
Yes.
They collect and the stars fill up. So that's actually.
Oh,
yeah, there it is! That's what I was talking about!
Narrow escape there by Jabali, though.
Mini-Mat actually, that's what I was talking. You can grab everything around you, but the fact you can actually grab your opponent. So here is the main strategy to this game right now. You want to you want to boost up your throw as much as possible.
Yes.
I feel like that's a throw him off the cliff.
Well, and your stun, because you need enough stun to be able to pick him up and then throw him.
So powering up your stun. Obviously, all the power-ups are good.
My favorite part is you notice, like, they'll have the moment where they see the power-up, but then they get way too close and they're like,
And they stop,
nope. Like,
yeah, look, okay, these guys are really fighting now. And we see all these turnips
and they're picking up the turnips. The
yeah.
turnips are the free starter items. Oh,
Jabali hit him with the idea. Yeah, okay.
A little too ambitious there. Couldn't really put him in the wormhole there. Yep, that's not him. It's not
no go.
Got some jump there from Jabali. That's really not going to do him much right now unless it helps him with the evasion.
That
said, you can see that they can't get up to those boxes because they don't have enough jump yet.
That's what I was going to say. I love the fact, too, that the artwork, it kind of gives you an indication of the platforms that you can stand on and where you can jump. And so actually trying to learn what can I stand on, what can I not, and actually move around.
Oh, that is a lot of stun for Mini-Mat right now. That is making Jabali super vulnerable.
Oh, no.
There, yeah. Jabali still doesn't have time to escape. Jabali
He's got to get out. He's got to get free.
Whoa!
Yes! The barrel coming in from Mini-Mat. That was brilliant.
I mean, it worked out initially that Jabali had the jump advantage, so he could now get up to platforms that Mini-Mat wasn't able to get more items, but he didn't really cash out on those items. And then once that height advantage went away, they're fighting over the initial items. Nothing's in there. Gotta get out of the chapel. Let's see what we got for turnips.
Yeah, Mini-Mat is currently up 2-1. Jabali in the blue. Mini-Mat is in the red once again. They're using these items to not only stun their opponent, but also collect the power-ups that are going to give them a boost to their different attributes.
They've both got 1 star on running, so there's really no equal ground on there. I don't think they don't have enough jump yet to be able to get on that. Jabali gets a stun there, and he gets more stun from that, so he got doubly rewarded. Got some higher jump that should be able to allow him to get on higher platforms if he wants. There we go. But that one is within Mini-Mat's. Tries to throw him a little too ambitious there.
The barrel.
Another stun, gets him running.
Whoa!
Through the abyss. Jabali emerges.
Oh, the stun comes in, though.
I think they're both on equal stun on that. If not, Jabali might have a little bit of an advantage.
Jabali, yeah, you got to get out of there, man. You got to run away, because that's the other thing that we noted as well.
3 stuns now.
These guys are
getting in the danger zone. Jabali barely escapes, dodges the box. Very nicely done there.
These guys.
Here comes the launch. Here comes the launch.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We hadn't seen that since the first game. So actually knowing where the launch comes in and how far across the screen that character will come.
That is 4 stun.
That's enough.
What I'm wondering, like, he stunned first, then he picked up the additional stun. Did that extend the stun range?
Yeah. Not sure.
Not sure at all.
All I know for sure is that
this is amazing.
Life is short, and you gotta boost your skills. There it is.
I mean, sometimes you just find yourself pondering what you want to do with your life, and before you know it, a giant tremor monster just makes the decision for you.
Now, here's the other thing, sad thing too. Like, think of all the people that were actually in that wedding chapel. That is the absolute. Some people are worried about, it raining on their wedding day.
Yes.
Other people, giant worm monsters consuming the entire church.
Oh my gosh. Great. Now I have another thing to have a nightmare about if I ever find myself getting married. Thank you for that, Mike.
Well, speaking of nightmares, of all the games that we've seen so far in this top 8, I think this one might be, as far as the rank of nightmare, I think this is pretty low.
Well,
because
yes.
Mechanically, it's a very easy game to understand, but at the same time, too, this is very heart-pounding.
Right. And Mini-Mat already has 3 on a jump and on the throw and the stun, and that's all he needed. Really quick turnaround there. So we are 3-2, and that's game.
That's it, yeah. I would be curious how many players can actually play that game simultaneously. Can you imagine a 4-person version of that game where everybody's on the stage at the same time?
Well, I mean, you think of Super Mario, like the Super Marios on the Wii, where you could have the 4 players with Mario, Luigi, and the Toads and such. So not quite as hectic, but similar levels of sabotage. So either way,
I'm just gonna danger a guess, and the name of that game was Life is Short, because that was what flashed at the start of it. Or it's either Life is Short or Giant Worm Wedding Crasher.
Giant Worm Wedding Crasher
is either the title, the subtitle for it. So
hold on a second, we're about to get the results, get some information on that.
So the next game is a minigame compilation game.
Oh.
Rock, paper, scissors for control over the game selection.
Okay.
From that point on, The winner gets to choose the game.
Okay. Got it. So we've been handed the case here. The name of this game is, I'm going to call it Furu Park.
Yes.
This is a mini game collection, again on the Wii, so hopefully we'll see some motion controls.
I mean, Wii has always been known as the party system.
Yeah, so these guys are actually going to, the format is they're going to rock, paper, scissors, and the person that wins is going to get to pick the first mini game, and then after that, loser gets the counter pick mini game.
All right, so Mike, tell me your secret. First round of rock, paper, scissors, what do you go with?
First round of rock, paper, scissors. Personally, I normally throw rock because I like to make it feel like I'm intimidating my opponent. It's like I'm punching them in the face.
I see.
But I'm also a fan of, so I used to run a lot of LAN parties back in my hometown of Hamilton, Ohio. And
Up, scissors.
yeah, scissors, paper.
Scissors, double scissors. 1-1. Oh, rock pulls through. And that's Ryudo, I believe, who gets to.
I developed my own variation of rock, paper, scissors that I iconically called Hungarian rock, paper, scissors. Why? I don't know. That's just what came to mind. But the way that it works is you go back to back. So you can't see what your opponent is throwing, and you play best 2 out of 3. That has the most mental aspect to it, because then it is, what do you lead with? Do you know what the score is? Do you throw all paper? You're not exactly sure. And you'd be surprised the amount of time that people actually each other.
Sure. Well, and I mean, that's what you'd have to do against machines or something like that, because you can find machines that'll play rock, paper, scissors now that always win because they can react to your hand motions before you actually throw the object.
Oh, so this is a very interesting one. This isn't necessarily a random collection of mini games. It actually says 30 mini games in all. Arachnoid, Bubble Bottle, Sonic Blast Man, Pocky Rocky, Pinch Hitter. There's actually some games in here. Super Karate.
Super Karate?
Which is way better than regular karate.
Well, I mean, why would you experience regular karate when you could have Super Karate?
Oh my God, there's one just called skateboarding. I had to see skateboarding. And Camel Maze.
Camel? What? What is a camel maze?
It's obviously a race with camels. So so it says on the back, spin it, shake it, swing it, even rev it. So this obviously is going to have motion controls in it. We noticed that the players there handed the Wiimote and the nunchuck once again, so that's what they're going to use.
If you thought video games at fighting game tournaments were not hands-on and active.
Yeah. Oh, we're on skateboard. As soon as we bring it up, they're hovering over skateboard. Is this for real and for true?
They heard your.
Oh,
no.
You bastards! Tease with me.
I mean, he has the power.
Swan Shooter. There's Camel Maze.
Robo Clash.
Arachnoid, Bubble. Yeah, so some of these are familiar to players, so that's the question. Do you think that you're better at your opponent? Oh, Puzzle Girl.
Puzzle Girl.
Oh, man. We're going into Puzzle Girl. Put the circular illustration back to its original state, starting with, I didn't read that
with
fast.
The outer rings. So this is like the Mario game in a Mario Party where we're trying to recreate the face, I'm guessing? Something like that?
Look at the tutorial.
Tilt it right and left to move.
Okay, so simple enough, yeah. So these guys, yeah, look at them. They're both immediately in that same pose, that same position.
All right.
Okay, yeah, so you're rotating the outer circle. This is almost like safe cracking.
Yes.
It's literally just finding the right combination.
Yes. That is actually, I think, the most apt description.
Oh, yeah, look at this. Yeah, these guys have started to hone it in.
A pretty good lead here. Ryudo's catching up. Oh, we got one left for Minimat.
Oh, that should be it. Yep, Minimat.
Oh, and it's multiple.
There's multiple, and there is a timer up at the top of the screen. So.
Oh, yeah, it looks like the icons. Is that a total of 6?
Yeah, it looks like 6. Yeah, the 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom. And Ryudo, he finished his first one there.
And the question is, what do they do about draws? If they both get 2, is it the one who has the next one closest? We're about to find out.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Find out. Either way, Minimat is well on his way to complete a second one. He's got 2 rotations left. Looks like Ryudo has at least 3. But he's closing in. I know he got a nice rotation that time.
I love the fact that when you finish the image, it shows you complete with 2 exclamation points.
Well, yes, we have to emphasize even harder than
complete.
So this is why it's Magical Puzzle Girl, because we are not playing as Magical Puzzles. We are finishing puzzles of Magical Girls. Yep. All right, so Minimat is about to complete his 3rd. Ryudo is just constantly about 2 to 3 rotations behind.
Yeah, Minimat, I think
Whoa, look at that center. That's pretty trippy.
I think Minimat, the clutch thing there is that he actually got his first one super fast.
Yes.
He got it done really, really fast. And though Riono, look, he's kind of, no, look at it. He's still at least 2 more rings outside. He's the pace that Minimat is at is untouchable right now.
We've got 5 seconds left, and but we are going to get to the point where they're both going to have the same amount of complete if Ryuta can do that, so let's see what happens. Orange
wins.
So yes, so it does count your sheer rotation. But they have
wow, the ranks. New high scores.
Because that's something you want to put your name on.
Right.
Mom, I got a D. I'm so proud of you, son. All right, so loser, I believe they said, gets to pick.
Correct, yeah. Yep. Loser gets control, yeah. So they rock, paper, scissors to figure out who's going to play first, or who got to pick the game first, and then the loser gets to counter pick. So now we're playing Swan Shooter.
Swan Shooter.
Shout out to all the bullet hell players out there.
And we've had bullet hells on Mystery Game before. Hold it sideways. Mission, get more points.
Use 1 to fire a straight laser and Z to fire a homing laser.
Why would you fire a straight laser if you have a homing laser?
It probably has a charge or maybe some kind of mechanic where you have to pick up entry for it. Yeah, so you see the nunchucks are actually coming off.
The nunchucks are coming off. So I was just thinking that like the gloves are coming off.
Right. August 4th, the year is 20XX.
Dokano City, Earth. I wonder where that's from.
Oh, look, and they actually have, there's some kind of like cursor that each of the players have.
And unfortunately, the overlays are blocking the point values, so it's going to be a little bit hard to see who's ahead here. So we're mostly going to have to speculate by what kind of damage we do. Also seems that they have lives. So
I'm assuming those are live. So Minimat is the player shooting the green lasers, and Ryunu is shooting the purple lasers.
All right, excellent. They bumped it up a little bit, so looks like we have got a lead by Ryudo so far.
And this actually is looking fairly tame right now.
Yes.
I'm assuming things are going to get really escalated. Oh, just like that. You see that gray ship popped out.
Yes, and Ryudo is now taking a much larger lead. He's got about 6,000 points.
Huge Afro battle! Where's Bootsy Collins when you need him?
I don't know. Oh. I'm seeing a severe lack of Afro.
Oh, here we go. Yep. Things are ramping up.
So Ryudo may have the lead, but he takes the damage.
The danger came out. The giant blaster laser.
So the boss still has no shortage of damage, and Ryudo is out of lives. So it's up to Minimat.
Oh,
he uses one life. Can he get the points that he needs? Oh, you lose all your points?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. You lose all of your points. So it's
about who lives the longest? What are the rules here?
Quite possibly.
Up.
And we see there's actually a recovery time. Yeah, you have a 10-second penalty before you come back into the game. So Minimat, another 5 seconds before he can come back in.
Interesting. And so now Ryudo is back, and because he's got back first, they move one back to 0. It looks like Ryudo is going to take it. Yes.
Pink player wins. They both got a rank E.
Yes.
Which means for everyone.
E for everyone. Well, this game is rated E for everyone, so
everyone gets enjoyment out of this game.
You guys want to play some Furo Park?
Right.
Feel free.
I would love to actually have like a sit-down session with this and just play all of the mini games just to see what kind of wackiness ensues. Because there might be things in here that there might even be mystery mini games. Like,
Super Karate.
Oh,
Super Karate. Yes.
Yeah! You see the crowd goes. The crowd popping off in the background. Oh no, we're back to that one-handed vertical control. Let's see what is going on. Tilt the Wiimote left. Tilt the Wiimote up. Tilt the Wiimote right.
So left and right is to move.
Oh, they're just going right into it.
We're
Karate Android versus Karate Robot.
So we finally get the answer once for all. Who wins, an android or a robot?
Okay, you just have to match. You have to match what it shows on the screen.
Interesting.
So yeah, you could notate that the actual D-pad on the image that it's showing lets you know, where you have to. Oh no, you gotta shake. Combo time. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. Look at the intensity on these guys' faces.
So clearly, so far, we are seeing that the robot is the superior of the two machines.
Yeah, and it's not so much a matter in this one, but what?
Look at the look on Ryudo's face right now.
I don't know
He
that
looks
it's
dazed and confused.
I don't know that it's so much a matter of how hard you shake it. It's these guys are just trying to get it faster. They're trying to get their matches faster than the other player.
Well, you know, part of it depends on how punishing it is about false inputs, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, if it's just going to take the first correct input, wiggling until it works isn't a bad idea.
S rank.
Now that's something
That's
you
you
put your
definitely
name on.
would put your name on.
But he doesn't
Yeah.
even do that. We've got no time for that. We've got too many good matches to get through here. So Ryudo goes up 2-1 there. So now Miniman will get to pick the match. Unwrap the mummy. Pull on the mummy's bandages. That doesn't seem very nice.
Yeah, I would assume that this. Yeah, you're gonna. Yep, you just lay the Wiimote horizontal. Yeah, and you just kind of.
Are we sure this is rated E for everyone?
Yeah. I hope these guys have a lot of carpet in their homes, because if they vacuum a lot, they're gonna be good at this game. What? They're not even on the screen yet. Pull, 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 pull.
Oh, it's how many mummies you can unwrap.
Yeah, it's how many you can get in one time. Here we go. Pull.
Oh. And looks like, and if you notice the difference here, it looks like we've got Ryudo's doing a much better job of just getting concise back and forth.
Look at the adjustment
on
the grip.
And it's paying
Yeah.
off. Clearly paying
The
off.
salt and pepper shaker, that underhand. That's how you do it.
Minimac looks traumatized by this game. These mummies are just not doing anything, whereas Ryudo's just confidently just shaking it back and forth, shaking it back and forth. He's just salting his victory. He's just, you know, putting some flavor on it.
Ryudo wins. He went. Yeah, did you see? He just showed him. He's like, yeah, this is how I was gripping the controller. Like, this is the way. This is the way to do it.
All right, so it looks like we're going to 4 out of 7 because they haven't set up yet, and I know that should be 3-1 right now.
These are all really fast games.
Yes. And again, that's usually what determines when we go farther than 3 out of 5.
Rev it up more.
I mean, this just shows some of what it's like to deal with a Wii game. In the sense that I remember when the Wii first came out and they were talking about it was going to be one-to-one motion and it was going to be really accurate stuff, but then you would see people who are playing bowling where they're just flicking the wrist.
Yeah.
And they're getting strikes. Like,
no, that's the way when we first got our Nintendo Wii, we were actually standing up and making the whole motion like you were bowling.
Yep.
And within 2 weeks, we were actually just sitting on our couch.
Yep.
You know, doing the same thing. So this is a game, it said in the intro, be groovy and rev up your engine. Yeah, so you see these guys are in their motorcycle pose. I like how Reno actually opted. He has both hands out.
Yep.
Like he is actually on a motorcycle.
So it's
a
a
time
rhythm
horn?
It's a rhythm game. Wow.
Groovy.
Groovy.
Also notate at the top it says round 1.
Yes.
Okay, so the B button is the horn.
Yes.
And then accelerate is you're
It's
revving.
just
You're
the
actually
revving
making
action.
the motion.
So
Yeah.
it's really just 2 things so far, but maybe it's going to get harder as it goes on. And because it's circular like that, I can't tell who's winning and who's not. But we know the points values on top, so it looks like Minimat's got a pretty strong lead.
Yeah, Minimat's really far ahead. I think Riona actually, he wasn't aware of the horn.
Yes.
Was the B button, so he was actually hitting all the accelerates, but he wasn't hitting the horns before. And I think it also gives you a bonus to how closely you hit it.
Well, yeah,
and
I
I'm
mean,
assuming now these guys are going to actually launch. Oh, no, there's literally no animation. That's it, Orange wins. Hey, they both got S rank, though.
Maybe we got some DDR players out of both of Minimat and Ryudo here.
Yeah, I was anticipating, because it said round 1, that they were actually, hitting the accelerate,
Yes.
and there was almost like a Hot Wheels charger. Like they were just sitting there spinning the tires, and then they were going to launch, and it was going to show which one traveled further. But no, I was wrong. I mean, when you got to slam pack 30 games onto
That's
one
exactly what I was
disc,
gonna say.
you don't have time for motorcycle animations.
You can't afford those animations. Make so much takoyaki that you'll become famous. Just don't rush, or you may make a mistake.
No, you don't want to make mistakes.
Point the wheel
Oh.
and press B or A to use it on the griddle. Add batter, place octopus, turn over.
So this one actually looks like this one is the most actual, like, yeah, look, it's a pointer intensive game. So you actually have to, use a little more dexterity. You're not just flinging the controller around.
Well, I hope somebody doesn't have a Wiimote Plus because that would give them a wholly unfair advantage.
That is true.
All right, so everybody's got their batter in.
Oh, time to flip, time to flip, time to flip.
flip.
Oh, no!
They're exploding.
Rona doesn't know
You
how
got
to
to put
flip
your
'em.
octopus on there, man. Mini-mat, mini-mat. We're making takoyaki, not just batter cakes. Come on, man.
Yeah, so it looks like you actually, down at the bottom, you have to actually click the utensil you want to use. So there's 3 phases.
Yes. Oh, Ryudo's getting a little ambitious, but now he's getting his takoyaki, but Mini-mat still hasn't made anything
Yeah,
yet.
he's still at 0. He hasn't been able to properly.
He's not going to go down as famous. He's going to go down in infamy. He's really not seeing the steps here, and even though it says...
It said 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3,
1, 2, and 3. 15 seconds left here. Oh, look at this, Ryoto. Look at this perfect placement.
He's got it down pat.
Oh, man, he's going to get the full.
Oh,
the
my
8
gosh.
piece.
Yeah, this is just not even close. It took Mini-mat almost the entire duration to even understand it, much less even having any chance of catching up.
Yeah, 5 to 14, and of those, the 5.
But look at that. Despite
Yeah.
such a gap, still in E rank. Clearly they did not become famous.
Yeah, they were not famous. Maybe famous for not.
Infamous?
Yes, more infamous.
Think about how many poor octopuses laid down their lives for that poorly made takoyaki. So it looks like we're going to at least 5. First to five. We just got the confirmation.
Skateboard, skateboard, skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull off cool tricks in the hat pipe and amaze the crowd.
Ooh. So we don't have motorcycle animations, but we do have skateboard animations.
Well, that's good. And but I don't know. It looks like just input stuff again, so it looks pretty
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah, it's the same kind of rotation. You just have to match the inputs that are on this. Yeah, and we can see.
All right.
Hang 10, dudes. Oh, look, it's
you
a
have to do it in
combo.
succession. All right. And Ryudo's up to a slight lead here. Let's see what we got. An excellent versus a
Oh,
bummer.
no, Mini-mat.
No, Mini-mat, please.
Oh, no, they both fell on that one, the very tail end of it. Oh, yeah, look at these. These combos are getting more intensive.
Whereas now Mini-mat just took a commanding lead, hitting the harder combo there,
Wow.
and pulls it out.
That last combo is what nailed it for him.
Yes, yes. It's that final heat, you know?
Okay, the only game of everything they've kind of flipped around, I think the only one that might have a different input setting might be Camel Race. Now, the interesting thing about that is it actually shows the icon, actually shows what looks like a marble. It's a globe.
Yep.
I think that might actually be almost like a like the old Labyrinth where you have
Yes,
the levers and you
yes.
have to actually tilt.
But in the meantime, we have pleasing our guests with sushi platters. Serve the most, get 3 sevens. Sushi Fever. Feels like a slot machine.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
All right.
Oh, so you just have to rotate. Okay, so you have to match all 3 of them would
It's
be
a-
the preferred method. Oh, no, they're getting aggravated.
Oh, they are not pleased with the sushi you presented them.
Okay, we got the first one.
All right. So Ryudo's getting a sense of it first. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I spoke to shooting. No, he does have the life lead here.
Yeah, and you can see that, yeah, the little hut icons down there show how many actual
Oh,
customers
the
they
sevens.
pleased.
The sevens.
The 3 sevens.
Fever.
Fever
time.
Oh, there's
Everybody wants
bombs.
sevens. Oh, there we go.
Don't feed them the bombs.
Don't feed them. Don't feed your customers the bombs. You don't say. Whoop, whoop.
Oh,
they're
no.
displeased. Down with the fever. Down with the fever. And then both of them got the fever. That helped Mini-mat catch up, but he still is at least a couple platters behind. But Ryudo just took a bomb. Give him the wrong order. Giving Mini-mat a opportunity to catch up. And right now they're just about even. 23 seconds to go.
Sushi Fever is unrelenting. The amount of time they have to use to try and identify.
Oh,
There's
we got
3
sevens.
sevens. We got the
Three
fever.
sevens. We're both in fever. It's anyone's
Fever
game now. We got
time.
12 seconds left to go. It's all going to be about who's able to take this fever the longest. Mini-mat's able to keep going.
These guys are really close. We've got
close.
5 seconds left.
Look at this fever duration. Mini-mat was able to get the lead on that, and that was enough.
Yep.
Just a little bit extra fever. We are down to the final game.
Final game. They took it all the way to the last
Camel
game.
race? Camel race?
Camel race.
I want to see some camels race.
See, and as I mentioned, like they haven't Bubble Bobble, Arachnoid, you know, games that these guys
Is it
would.
literally Bubble Bobble?
Yeah.
But is it actual Bubble Bobble?
Sudden death. Sudden death. Sudden death. And I'm assuming it probably just either picked a random game or this is a separate game.
It's called Sudden Death, so
Firmly hold the Wiimote and spin away.
keep spinning after you kick the ball.
All right, this is all right. You look at these. I like how Minimat actually has the arm crossed.
Yes.
And he's going to use this to his advantage to
Wow.
help keep his rotation circle. Oh yeah, so this is an actual like penalty kickoff.
Okay.
Spin, 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 spin. Oh look, it's a battle.
It's a
They're going
grapple.
head to head.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Minimat.
Look at that. Oh, but remember, you're supposed to keep spinning. You're supposed to keep spinning.
Oh, he's holding.
handle it? Can he handle it?
block it? Use your magic apple.
Look at how close they're
powers.
touching each other. Up the grapple.
Oh, nice. He held.
Wow. Look at, they're both crushed. Now, and this is an endurance race too. Think about how much stress they're putting on their arms right now, trying
Yeah.
trying to win this grapple. Boom! Gets right through defenders, gets to the goalie, About even. Nope.
No. The full meter.
So close. And he gets it over.
Yes.
Wow.
I like how he actually got closer to the screen though. Like towards the end of that game, he actually got closer to the monitor, and he's just spinning as fast.
I was just worried they were gonna hit each other. You know what I mean? Like,
is that fair? Can you do that? Could you actually jostle your opponent?
I don't know. You know, I think we'll have to ask the TOs.
There might be some like judge damage.
I think so.
Something possibly a game loss.
Like whether or not they thought that far ahead. You know, we say you can't disconnect the controller.
Yeah.
Something like that. But like, can you accidentally nudge your person in the fevered passions of sudden death?
Fever passions of sudden death. Again, guys, that was Furu Park. At least that's how I'm going to pronounce it. It hit 30 minigames in all. We got to see a handful of those.
And of course, draw your attention to the 8 out of 10 by Play Magazine.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Oh, beloved Taito Classics bite-sized.
Bite-sized.
That is why we have Arachnoid, we have Bubble Bobble.
Sure.
In some of these other games as well. It also says compete against a friend in 3 different multiplayer modes, including the Love Challenge that lets you test your compatibility.
What? How did we let that slip by? They should have made that a mandatory first game rather than the rock paper scissors.
So Frosty Faustings 2 years ago, the mystery game tournament was actually a teams event. You had to play in teams of 2.
Yes, I remember that.
I want to see this. Like, for instance, me and you are on a team. We do the love compatibility and say we get a score of 89, and then the other team plays to see if they can beat that or not. I would love to see that.
Could you imagine if, like, they used the love compatibility to just sign teams or something like that?
Right.
That would be hilarious.
So actually, there was an arcade game called Let's Go Jungle.
Okay.
That I had played. That was basically I was at a Dave & Buster's, and it was a sit-down game, and I had this gigantic gun. And I was like, oh, this game looks really cool. And me and my brother played it, and little did we know, that was a love compatibility game. Oh. Thankfully, we scored really high, but we're also related, so
yeah,
that worked really well.
All right.
We're handing the case off here.
I'm going to give you the title of the last game.
Title of the last game.
Nenketsu Dairanto.
Nenketsu Dairamo. Dairanto.
So this is Grand Finals. All we know is the name of this game. And the fact that neither of us have heard of it in any capacity.
No.
Not even an inkling. This could be anything. But again, remember, this is one of the few tournaments where you especially want a Grand Finals. Because if we get a Grand Finals, we get a new game.
That is due. Yeah. If we get the reset, then we get a new game.
Absolutely.
And we will have to see what lies in store here. I mean, I would imagine this sounds like some kind of wacky fighting game, which is, pretty standard for par, but at the same time, we have no idea.
I mean, I think of history of UFGT finals games, and most of them were not fighting games. So we had the 2v2 for Last Frosties, which was like the max. I mean, don't get me wrong, you were fighting each other, but not like a traditional fighting game.
Yeah.
In any sense like that. Don't Break the Ice. Lethal League.
Lethal League, yeah.
Lethal League. Amazing, competitive game that you go back, but not really a fighting, traditional
Right.
fighting game. So, I don't know. We're going to find out.
Yeah, we'll have to see. These guys are loading up. We want to thank you guys all once again. If you're enjoying it, please tweet out the stream.
Yes.
Shout outs to Matt Seedy. These guys are back here humping all day.
These guys have been amazing.
Yeah, they've been just, broadcasting all this amazing talent. And, probably the hardest tournament to broadcast. The mystery game tournament, because you don't know aspect ratio, you don't know what graphics you're going to need. You have no idea what's going to pop up. And even in that last game, we just saw that in Puro Park. You mentioned, well, unfortunately, the name tags are over top of the points, and they just bumped them right up so we could see. So
they've been really responsive, making sure that we're presenting the best quality we can, given the circumstances, because they have to adapt on the fly just the way the players
just
do.
Like everybody else does too.
Whereas, honestly, I am of the opinion that mystery is probably the easiest game to commentate. Because you just
it's the easiest commentate because you don't have to have any knowledge.
Exactly. You're just like, well, crazy things are happening, and it's pretty entertaining. So okay,
you can make a reference to a Tremor movie. Yes. And sure enough, 3 of the games that happen to be in top 8.
How many of the viewers do you think really have a good sense about Tremor?
Oh, come on.
How many of them saw
Kevin Bacon?
Yeah. Okay, fine. But do you think any of them saw Tremors 2?
Probably not. Or 3.
Oh gosh.
Are you aware of 3?
I am aware of 3. It stopped at 3, correct?
I think there's a... Ooh!
What do we have here?
This looks like an NES game.
It's certainly got the 8-bit sound. Enter Brain.
I want to say we saw that logo before.
So it makes... And I don't think it's the emulator. So... Because I think we saw the subsequent layer, too. Hello, friend. I have no idea what you're saying, but you're supposed to give us key information. I'm digging the soundtrack.
Yeah, the music is pretty nice. We got to see the announcer.
We have a
Tiger Mask.
Yes. But again, you see, we got
cheerleaders, businessmen,
gym girls. We've got they look like Yakuza with those outfits. We've also got schoolboys. We've got swordsmen. Look at how petrified he is with that weapon. He's like, you expect me to use this? What?
What is it? Wait, what are these flames down here?
It's their burning passion.
That's not 8-bit, though. This has got to be a newer game.
Yeah, no, you got a good point there. All right, so we have Ryudo versus Miniman. And so Miniman is coming from the loser side, so he needs to win this to be able to reset.
So this appears to be just like a normal 2D fighter.
Yes.
There is the end of the stage. The stage actually looked like it was pretty big, but yeah.
Yes. So we do have combos. So far, Aggro Crag has come off with a pretty decent lead here, but we're building up the meter, and we don't know how much damage that does or what they're doing.
Oh, the 6-hit combo. Yes. I love the animation on this game. It's retro. It's got that NES feel, but when you actually look at the actual motions these guys are making, especially the kicks. Yeah, look at that. Yes. You can see the way the kicks come out.
We're seeing he's hitting him with the jump and he's getting it into a combo. Nice, and then we'll get an air tear into a combo. The combos seem to be doing about the same damage. I'm imagining they're just mashing jab or something like that.
I want to make a quick note. Aggro Crag, you can see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, he's built up 2 levels of meter. So there are multiple. Yeah, they both have 2 now. You can actually build up multiple forms of meter. And you also have these flames, which I'm assume have maybe some kind of mechanic or
possibly.
Maybe they show.
Oh, you got wall bounces?
Oh, the suplex.
He's got the suplex.
He's literally have 1 pixel left of life.
Yep.
And you hear the bell ring.
He's hungry. He's got those eats. So meter transfers over. Aggro Crag's got the first round. We haven't seen anybody use their bar yet. They're learning their dashes. You get hits. You get it on block too.
Ryudo, he's got that lariat. Do you see that charging lariat? He tried 3 or 4 times.
Got the wall bounce. So wasn't able to get a combo off it though.
Yeah, he's tried a lot in this round to try and land it. Yep, there it is. He lands it. Yeah, and you got the wall bounce out. He's trying to figure out how to follow up after that.
Well, I'm wondering if he can just do the rush punch again, because that'll help him get the momentum. Gets a nice jump into a finisher. Aggro Crag's just backing up a little bit. Goes in with the jump, gets him with a low. Keep pursuing. Oh, get out of here.
I love the fact that Aggro Crag, even though he has that, that stick, that kind of distance weapon, that's not preventing any come-ins.
So we're capping on to 3 meter, but we still haven't seen anybody and Ryudo is really starting to get a lot of mileage out of that wall bounce, but he just hasn't found his follow-up yet, and that's really when he needs to get his damage. So he's still just trying to walk up and punch it. We haven't seen him connect that yet.
Yeah, he's still trying to figure out what that follow-up is, and he's used that's charging lariat in there, but Aggro Crag uses the stick of his character. He's got just a little bit of distance. He spins it like a nunchuck, too.
Yes.
He's got all the answers.
I think this character that Agrocrag is using doesn't understand how a sword works. He just wants to do whatever with it and see what happens.
Is it a sword? I thought it was a baguette. I thought it was like just a stale loaf of bread.
You think?
That's what I mean, look at it.
I mean,
He eats after the match. It's obviously
Yes,
for
but
his sandwich.
But he eats the chips.
That was the first round.
Either way, we are down to this round. It's going anywhere. We got 1 second left. Ryudo's trying to run away. He's got the life lead.
Oh, he still swung afterwards.
Yep. I don't know if I'd really call that a KO. I'd call that a timeout, but either way. All right, so we are 1 round each. Everybody's got some meter. They don't know how to use it yet. Just playing some footsies right now. Gets the jump in.
Ooh, we got throws.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Raidu, that's
There we go.
That's the thing he's really got to figure out here is obviously he's got a disadvantage as far as the distance and striking. He's got to figure out. I'm sure this character has a lot of throws. We know he's got some charges. Oh my God! And Agrocrag is just punishing him. He's stuck. He was stuck in the corner there.
Well, the other thing to know is that chip damage does exist in this game. So it looks like for a while.
Did you see that slide?
Slide into a wall bounce.
Ooh, the launcher.
I want to see them follow up on those launchers. That would be awesome.
I'm super curious now. How high is the stage? Is there something these guys haven't figured out yet? That you could just.
I mean, there's a lot of things obviously they haven't put on. We still haven't been using meter, and we still haven't comboed off wall bounce. But either way, Agrocrag has a slight advantage here, about a couple of health bars, and now he's just extending it. But Ryudo could still come back, and this is what he did previous round. Nice jumping, gets swung for his troubles. So
another note here, these guys have been stuck at 3 levels of meter. You can notice they're not gaining any more meter. This is as high as they can go. Neither one has used it as far as we can tell.
Agrocrag's got Ryudo in the corner, but hitting him with his sword slash baguette. Sword get? I don't know.
Yeah, the sword get. Oh yeah. The Ryudo, he really wants to get a character. He was kind of hovering over that one that had that. I don't know if that would have been a counter pick, that stick as well. Maybe go cheerleader with the pom poms.
Yeah, no. And that's the other thing is that you've got almost 30 characters here. So, we have absolutely no idea what most of them done. But obviously Agrocrag's locked into his character, having won the first round.
Yeah, and you see the very first thing, we see a lot of it. Whoa!
We got some lightning kicks there.
Yeah, but Agrocrag, while you take the time to learn your character, Agrocrag is going to do what he knows what to do.
Getting some easy cash outs.
Ooh, soccer ball? What if that's a projectile?
That could change everything. We haven't seen any projectiles come out yet. Gets nice.
Yeah!
There we go. But he has to wait for it to come back?
Yeah, you can't. Once it's out, you cannot hit it again.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, oh, that's such a good follow-up.
Does that hit low? It looks like it's hitting low.
So he's got this 5-hit combo. It's basically like just a punching and then uppercut combo. Yep. And then he kicks the ball. And while Agrocrag is sliding across the stage in recovery, he fires the soccer ball and it actually hits him and registers.
But it's not a combo. So, it looks, my guess is that it's a low. But either way, that's the first one Agrocrag has actually avoided.
Ooh, the splash into the combo, and he goes for the soccer ball, but Agrocrag actually transforms around him. Oh, look at the spinning attack, too.
Yes. We're about even on life, huh? Agrocrag's had a little bit of advantage, and he's got him in the corner. Still anybody's game. Nice job getting out there.
Oh, one hit away. Oh, no, they're both at
anybody's match down, and looks like if the name's up, so it's actually Ryudo, who took the first game and also took this round with his sword get.
Got it. So now, yeah, notate the Agrocrag during that last round.
Yes.
Actually.
Oh, we got rapid slashes.
With such low health, I'm surprised he didn't just try and zone him out.
Yes.
He ended up using the soccer ball, and he tried to hit him with that range. But at the same time, they were so close. And Raidu, he was able to just get back in. And again, he's using his baguette of truth.
His baguette of truth.
He must punish the unbelievers.
Well, Agrocrag is getting a lot more leverage out of this character selection choice. He's hit the soccer ball more often than not, and he's getting more combos. He's in the corner, but he's able to force his way out, hits him with the soccer ball, but there he finally blocked.
Yeah, he had a little bit more recovery time. He actually hit him. There was a 7-hit combo instead of the normal 5, so he can expand it onto that combo, and maybe the actual recovery time is faster, and he can't hit with that soccer ball again.
Agrocrag goes for the lunge punch, gets the convert, he gets the hit, but he doesn't able to convert off of the wall bounce. Either way, Ryudo's on next to nothing. Blocks the soccer ball, goes in for a nice combo there, decides to back off. Gets another combo that Raido still needs at least 2 combos.
Yeah,
at least from what we've seen so far.
So after that launcher, it's kind of hard to tell. The character hits the ground and slides back, and it almost seems like there's a separation there. It's not necessarily the controller. The
All right, it's
player's
anyone's
the
game.
controller.
And
Oh!
low profile.
Aggro Crag had such a tremendous lead,
And he threw it away.
but ended up losing that.
Well, he
round.
focused really hard on just trying to convert it over with the soccer ball. He thought, oh, I'll just hit him with the soccer ball and get out the chip. Didn't work. The chip didn't do enough damage, and Raiduo just kept getting, in and getting hits.
Yeah, so you can see the slide. Yeah, the slide, like when the players recover.
There we go. Now we got some damage.
Oh, the big splash comes into the cup. Whoa, a leaping knee. He's got a tiger knee.
Yes. And that's like a body splash, it looks like, when he neutrals in the air. All right, so Raiduo is getting wall bounces now, but he has not been able to. Still, we've not seen anybody convert off them yet. But he's got a big, healthy life lead, and he is using his Baguette of Justice, as we're temporarily calling it, to outrange Aggro Crag. Aggro Crag goes for a soccer kick, doesn't get anything with it, but he's got him in the corner.
Yeah, Aggro Crag, there was a nice setup there, and it ended up actually bouncing him off the wall out of the corner. Oh, we see another follow-up here. Oh, and he tiger knees over top of him. He's also got a leaping roundhouse kick that we haven't really seen him implement that much. We just saw him, he used it over there in the corner, but he's just getting so much pressure here for Raiduo.
But it's anyone's game, so Aggro Crag has a slight lead. He's in the corner. Raiduo comes in, gets the jump in, gets the air.
Oh, you're
no,
stuck.
staying in there. Ooh, gets the tiger knee out. Anybody's match now.
Oh no, that was the same move that he used in the previous round. He gets locked up in that lightning kick sequence.
Yep. See, and the soccer ball does like no chip.
Ooh! Less than 10 seconds left in the round. Aggro Crag went to go in, was the aggressor, and Raiduo just had the spacing on him.
I mean,
he literally backed off and then used his baguette and just bonked him on the head.
I really just think the simple reality is that the range has made the difference here. Soccer ball, was originally having some initial success, but now that Raiduo has been starting to block it, it's just when they get into close range, he just is staying at the spot where he can hit him, and Aggro Crag can't.
Oh, he transforms into a soccer ball himself.
In order to use the soccer ball, you must become the soccer ball.
The soccer ball.
But it isn't enough for him. Raiduo has a huge lead, and it looks like he is on the brink, assuming we're going at 3 out of 5, to reset this mystery game bracket. Greg gets a nice wall bounce, but we still haven't found a conversion for it yet. Speed kicks, I don't think he's hit speed kicks at all.
No, he hasn't, and I don't know if they're just like accidental inputs or if he literally just, maybe that's the same input as the soccer ball, or maybe the soccer ball actually has more recovery time on it than we think.
What if it's like Super Turbo? What if it's just mashing?
Possibly, it could be.
Just mashing too hard. Either way, life is about even. Raiduo gets a really nice jump in. It's got him, Aggro Crag got the 3 bird, but Aggro Crag responds, still not getting the wall bounce.
Yes! Aggro Crag, that was super smart. He got the wall, he had the combos with the wall bounce, and instead of charging it after him, he backed up, and Raiduo actually had a wake up. He just swung wildly.
Both of them are down to just... Whoa! We got the charge lens there from Raiduo. Just needs one more clean hit.
Oh, no. All right, Raiduo, he's going to take that one, so we're going to find out. Where are we going next?
What are we doing next? New game.
New game.
There's always a new game on a reset for Mystery Game.
I'm curious if they have, obviously the games, there's... the way that they plan them out is usually they get the crazier, the farther and deeper you get into the tournament, the more obscure, the more random.
Right.
That again, that was mechanically a fighting game.
Yes. That was probably the most fighting game grand final game I've seen in a considerable length of time for Mystery.
Yeah, so we'll have to see what changes up. We've seen a lot of games for the Wii, a lot of motion games.
Yes.
It could be just another random game that nobody has ever, potentially seen or heard of. So
and they don't skimp on the reset game.
Yeah.
I've had multiple times where I talked to him about it, and I'm like, we really wanted to reset. We really wanted to show up the game, but they didn't reset, so we're not playing it. And it's like, well, what was the game? It's like, we're not telling you. We'll save it for next year.
I mean, if you're going to have it come down, you're going to have the reset. You want it to be as big and,
epic as possible.
Epic as possible, so we'll see what happens.
So we're waiting with bated breath. I can see the streamers from here, so I can barely see the menu from here, but I have absolutely no idea what it is. Oh, here we go. We have Samurai, Light, and Shadow.
Oh, I've seen this game. I don't know the name of it. Okay, so this is a platform game. One character plays as the white character, the other one plays as the black character, and you have to be in the color in order to attack your opponent. So the stage itself has like ink blots on it. So there's white parts of the stage and black parts of the stage. Well, when you're the white character, you can't. Yeah. See, so you can hide. It's almost like you're being camouflaged in.
Interesting.
Black and White Bushido.
Black and White Bushido.
Is the name of the game.
Is Bushido black and white?
Yeah, so there's a lot of interesting mechanics with this game. This is another one I would say is, I haven't played it, but I've actually seen a video of it online. And one of the things to note is that this may seem like a very simplistic game in its core gameplay, but there's actually a lot of mind games and a lot of mix-ups that you can use on your opponent.
I really like the minimalistic art style.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool looking. So it looks like we're trying to resolve how to make it so it can work offline. So it was asked for an internet connection, which obviously we're not trying to compete for this game.
Yeah, I like the fact that it has online play too.
Oh, and it's
This
a Steam
is
game.
a Steam game available.
Yes.
Go put it on your wish list right now.
You got-
Steam summer sale next time it pops up.
Yep. And again, if games are good, games get repeated.
Yep.
So if you wanna prep, maybe you're gonna play a mystery game tournament. You've run into this in the third round. That's the difference between you going on to winners finals or
Exactly.
going into the losers bracket.
Black and White Bushido.
Bushido of black and white.
Yeah, I think the way, at least of what I recall from the video, it's almost not necessarily like Nidhogg in that gameplay style, but like I said, one character plays as the light character, the other one plays as the shadow character.
Yes.
And as you're on the black and white portions of the stage, you blend in, and I think there's also a mechanic as far as when you can do damage as well. But we'll see more of it here.
Okay.
Once these guys get everything set up.
Okay. And did you see whether or not? I'm assuming the characters make a difference.
I'm not sure. It may just be like an art style choice.
Okay.
Just
Because they seemed fairly different. So obviously you had the samurai, so presumably he's having a katana. The one guy, it looked like he was carrying a hammer. Like it looked like the way he was holding something. And then we had the woman that I'm not sure if she had a fan or what. So I would hope that would mean different fighting styles, but
yeah. The other thing of note here is that we did notice that is a game that they're playing on the PC.
Yes.
Playing on Steam.
Yes.
They had Xbox 360 controllers. So a little bit more of a standard controller. There's no motion. They're not going to have to hold it in any weird particular way.
Yes.
Yep, you can actually see here some of the
jump,
input
use
here.
item, capture flag, show current item.
There's
walk.
a stealth.
Yes. All right. So we have Aggro Crag and Ryu Duo. Grand Finals reset. Somebody.
First to 5 kills.
Yes. Somebody is going to be showing their mastery of Bushido and mastery of mystery game at Frosty Faustings
Oh,
X.
that's the other element. It's like capture the flag as well. So yeah, so it's gonna be a little trippy once you guys first kind of see it. You can see there over on the right-hand side. Yeah, you can see now down at the bottom of the stage. Oh man, and the stage transform. Yeah, so you could barely, when you're in the color of your character,
yes,
you're camouflaged. You can actually use that stealth button to slowly like sink into the background, and it makes it harder for your opponent to actually know where you are. And yeah, you can see both these guys that just.
Where did they go?
Yeah.
Oh. And so it looks like there's like at least some degree of like like an action period, if you will, of like once you transition from your side, you can still attack for at least some moment.
Yeah, and you can so your silhouette, it's still visible, and so you can still kind of guess where your opponent is.
Yes.
But the longer you stay in that area, and also with the stage
and now
changing,
you stealth, and then you can
Yeah.
walk. So we've seen them fade out on the stealth, but we usually they've just been like jumping or something that declares where they are. All right, so
we also have the pickups as well. You can see they're kind of flashing there on the screen. We see there's some caltrops, and what I'm assuming is some kind of bomb, some kind of orb up there towards the middle of the screen.
So I mean, Aggro Crag has Shadow was in the white for a decently long time. Was still able to take that round there though. Oh, they do have clashes, such as clash there just now. Nobody's going to go. Oh, and so they put the caltrops there on the on that one platform there.
Yeah, there's actually some over on the bottom left-hand side as well. Oh!
I was
Aggro
born
Greg.
in the dark, and Raiduo is just running away. Doesn't want to engage. Aggro is in stealth, but he's been revealed. Wasn't able to capitalize off of it.
Yeah, so there's an actual button to pick up and use those items. The other thing that's really neat as well is you can see that bamboo in the center of the stage actually has some blood on it.
Oh,
So
gosh.
I'm curious if when the characters die, there's actually blood splatter that also, kind of paints the screen as well, depending on the different areas that they're in.
So again,
Both these guys are just stealth.
yes.
Oh, no, there we go. We got a lot of movement. We got a
another
clash. Raiduo is currently up. He has 3 kills to Aggro Crag's 2. They're playing first to 5 kills. There is also, I don't know that maybe it's just not on the stage, but there is a capture the
nicely
flag
done
element.
there by Aggro Crag. Just goes in for a running slash, but gets a
Yeah,
counter
look at
there by
the
Raiduo.
blood.
Yes. So yeah, no, I don't think it's anything special on the trees. I just think our map's getting a little bloody. All right, we're down. We're down to the last
4-4.
game. Yep. Stage is about equal right now. Aggro Crag decides to go into stealth. Oh, we see him over there on the right side.
Oh,
On the left
yeah.
side.
The stage actually, it warps.
Yes. Yes. All right, so neither of them really wants to commit right now. I'm wondering if one of them is just waiting for the right opportunity. Aggro Crag's right in the middle. He's got all the power there, all the darkness. Chasing after Raiduo.
He just got a power up as well. I'm not sure
Yep.
what it is or how he intends to use it.
Aggro Crag's going in the light spot. I'm not sure what he's looking at.
Oh!
Wow, nice leaping slash there by Aggro Crag.
I think these guys are going to change stages, maybe? Yeah, and so you were talking about, you can see the characters actually have different weapons that they have with them.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that does have some kind of change on the gameplay, or maybe like the length or distance. Look at, we got the shark.
Yep.
We're at the harbor.
Well, and it's interesting because, really the match, because of how much the color can change, it's mostly about what's the environment you're interacting with.
Notice down at the bottom of the screen, you can actually see what looks like water moving. I'm assuming that is like a death pit. You could fall down in there. Also, the shark, I'm pretty sure, is an interactable. You can see it's hanging from the string and slowly swaying back
And the string
forth.
has color on it.
Yeah.
So presumably you can Oh, he had a shuriken. All right. So
Yeah, Raiduo has figured out he knows how to use these pickups now.
Yep.
He throws the one
Aggro
there.
Crag just ducks. Nicely done by him.
There's
Well,
some caltrops down there. Be careful.
Yeah, notice he's bleeding. He's bleeding, staying in the area. Or probably because he was stepping on the caltrops, but he doesn't seem to be dead. So I'm wondering, is like their health? Does it put him at disadvantage? Maybe that someone trades. Either way, Raiduo takes the first KO. He's got a mostly light situation. Aggro Crag is just trying to get out there, trying to go ahead for the shuriken. The shuriken. Nope. Goes for a clash. Neither one is taking the advantage there. More caltrops there for Raiduo.
These guys are both
Raiduo. It's okay.
really.
We've come back and forth on what they're
Right.
naming him. So Raiduo. Thank you. Appreciate that, guys.
Oh, we got the whole white screen.
But even then, despite that, Aggro Crag was still able to get his one kit.
And we transfer him to the all black screen. It seemed like before these guys were favoring that left-hand side of the stage.
Yes.
But the action is kind of transformed over here. I noticed there's some in your bottom left-hand corner. It looks like there's some caltrops that fell in the bottom of the water. I don't know if that's actually, just floating there. The items didn't fall all the way through, or what's happening with that. And these guys are working their way to the top of this. Yeah, look at the beautiful placement of the caltrops
He
there.
said, "This is my space." And it looks like he's gone into stealth, but he just revealed himself. We saw a little bit of the flash there. Oh. Aggro Crag's not having any of that. He's just staying where the dark is comfortable for him. Picks up some more caltrops. Decides he wants to put him in the middle space. It's most likely to be contested. Neither of them really want to commit to anything. Oh, I spoke too soon. Aggro Crag goes in. So they're on top of each other. They clash. They clash. Hard to see Raiduo there. Runs away.
Ooh!
This is my space.
I like that setup. I like the way that Aggro Crag, he was doing the jumps up the walls to get back up to that top platform.
But Raiduo stepped on the caltrops, and I think that made him weak enough that he got hit by Aggro Crag when they went for a clash. Aggro Crag is up by 1 round.
More caltrops come out. This stage is becoming more dangerous. But yeah, look at this, more caltrops.
It's a minefield.
Still haven't seen anybody try and play with the shark.
No, and like, especially just the the rope there that that right now is white. That's just so glaring to me. It's like this. It just screams something must be done with this.
Yeah, I'd be curious if you can actually use a projectile. If you actually have to hit it, you have to be next to it, or if you could use a projectile to knock it down. And I assume it would only affect the player if they're down below it.
By the way, right now they're really just trying to test the waters, occasionally picking up items, taking up some more space with those. Oh! Nicely done there by Aggregate. He is up 4-2, so he just needs one more. Goes for another item there. Hops out to escape, goes around the bend. And now he knows that he's at a disadvantage because it's mostly white. Oh, it's a teleport.
It's a teleport.
Yes.
Interesting.
Smoke bomb. That makes sense. Gets a little bit of blood there, up, and gets the KO.
That was actually really cool. So you can see there, Raiduo, who's playing the white character, the light character, once he ended up taking damage there, the blood trail that actually followed him. So you actually, look, you can see it actually happening at Aggro Crag right now. It's showing his location. He was standing on the Caltrop.
Yep. And right now we're down to 4-4. Aggro Crag appears to be wounded. We're assuming that makes a little bit of difference. But anyways, game goes for the launch, gets the item, but does not get the kill. Oh, he goes into stealth. It's all dark, but now he's going to reveal.
You gotta get out of there.
I believe Aggro Crag still has his item. Yep, he can't pick it up because he has his other item. Throws Shuriken, picks up the smoke bomb. He's bleeding again. All right, so we've got smoke bomb versus Shuriken. Oh! What a call out!
The predictive shot.
We are 1-1.
I mean, sometimes you just kind of throw stuff out like that willy-nilly and it works.
I mean, the items are plentiful.
Mm-hmm.
So they have no problems with just picking up items, and, if they miss, it's not really that big of a commitment or a disadvantage. So
we're going to the village.
We are. Hint, you keep your items after death. All right, so smoke bomb.
It's interesting if you look at the bottom of the stage. It reminds me much like Pitfall. Like that is just
Yes.
like you can. There's only a few exits out of there.
Yes.
So hiding down there, I don't think is a good option.
It was just brought to my attention that this is 2 out of 3, so this is championship game.
Wow, down to the final round.
Yes. Used the smoke bomb there, went for the lunge there, but Aggro Crag was having none of that, and now he's got more darkness to work with. I believe he hasn't. Nope, he just picked up the Caltrops. Tries to lock him in there. He's got it. He's got him bleeding.
Oh, they clash.
Twice.
They're clashing.
They're missing. And Aggro Crag has to retreat, having the wipe and exposing him. It was just destroying items. It doesn't seem like anything drops out of destroyed objects.
Raiduo there was interesting. He was standing there against that wall for a long time. I think he was actually testing the range to see if he can actually strike through one of those walls when they had that encounter there in the bottom left-hand corner and they kept clashing. These guys, they keep charging in at each other.
Greg got aggressive there. Now he's going stealth underneath. Like I find it interesting. Like they get stealth, but they really don't want to stay in it. They want to wait. They don't want to, snipe their opponent or play some mind games.
And Aggro Crag, that was actually a very good positioning for him there. He actually had both of the pickups that were on stage at that time were both at the bottom. Yeah, again here like this, so it's forcing these players to go down. And yes, the stage actually wraps around.
Yes.
So you can see that projectile actually ended up doing damage and causing that player to bleed.
So the Caltrops revealed Aggro Crag, but that effect is worn off. Raiduo has an item, uses it, so that he's able to pick up the other Caltrops. Aggro Crag goes for a swipe, picks up the Shuriken, misses.
Oh, nice.
Just goes in
Good
for an
timing.
aggressive launch slash. Very nicely done.
Aggro Crag up 2-0 so far, but all of the games that we've seen so far have gone to the final round. And how fitting would that be for this? The final, the final kill in the final round.
Did you see that smoke bomb into the lunge? That was sick.
We're discovering a lot more tech.
Yes. All right, so Aggro Crag picks up the Caltrops, immediately drops them. Raiduo has an item, which is why he's not picking up that smoke bomb, and he's just defending it. Throws the Shuriken so he can try to pick it up, but I can't even see Aggro. There is Aggro Crag. Shuriken throws on an angle, not able to get him across the stage. He's bleeding smoke bomb, but he does not able to connect. Goes for a straight slash instead of a lunge.
These guys, the amount of information they've picked up on this game is incredible.
Yes.
You can actually see the spacing, the options they're choosing, the routes.
Whoa!
Oh, what achievement! Rap battle.
Rap battle. So because he went he went around the screen, he went around the world.
Yes.
And Raiduo is now has a 3-2 lead. Picks up the Dragon, but he loses life for it. Agrocrag goes for an aggressive slash to punish him for the item pickup.
It's tied up.
Ryudo answers.
Ooh, and as quickly as it was tied up 3-3,
Ryudo was
it's
on match
4-3.
point. Caltrops are immediately used. Ryudo is trying to guard the Shuriken. He already has an item. Decides to see if he can bait him with the wraparound. Agrocrag's being patient. He's waiting. He's blending. Where is he? Oh, he picks up the item. He uses the stealth. They both got a Shuriken.
We can see the bleed
Yes.
out there.
A little too obvious there by Agrocrag. You know, he saw the blood and just went for the Shuriken, but Ryudo saw ahead on that. All right, we can see both of them. And Ryudo with a downward slash. One quick stroke is now your Frosty Faustings 10 mystery game tournament winner.
And that comes along with a lot of bragging rights.
Oh my gosh.
Of all the games that they had to play, of all the competitors they had to face.
I mean, think about that. You know, don't get me wrong. There is no small feat to being the master of one game.
Right.
You know, to play Street Fighter at that high level, to play Marvel, to play Killer Instinct, you know, to play Guilty Gear, of course, you know, our primary gamer. But to be able to go through, you know, so in a situation like this, if you start in winners and you stay in winners the entire time, you know, so you go from your 16, so you win 1, you win your 8, you win your 4, you win your 2 just to get out of pool, so you're winning 4 there, and then you win another 4, you know, if you go winners the whole way. And again, this is assuming you stay in winners. You're talking, and then with the Grand Finals reset, you're talking about a bare minimum of 9 games.
Yeah.
That you have no preparation for, unless you've played it before, which most times you haven't, no planning, and you just have to go out there with limited information, make quick judgments, quick decisions, find something that you think is working and stick with it, and play against a plethora of different opponents, different styles, different strategies to become the mystery game winner. It's no small feat. There are some people I know who truly value winning a trophy for mystery than they do for any other game.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because like you said, it's one thing to be the master, to be the best at one game.
Right.
But it's another thing to be just slightly better at a large portion of a game.
People downplay the jack of all trades, but for something like this, it's a much bigger feat than you might think it'd be.
Yeah.
So wonderful matches there. Wonderful matches by Agrocrag and Ryudo. Really great to see that. Lovely match. You know, lovely games that the tournament directors picked out. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see. I wanted to see more stealth. I really wanted to see more stealth. I was hoping for silent kills.
Yeah.
But either way.
Yeah, so just a quick kind of just like general overview. We had, like I mentioned, Dong Dong Never Die,
Yep.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2,
Yep.
Black and White Bushido, Yara Yara Park, like just a whole mess of games. So if you want to practice up for next year, or maybe even another mystery game tournament that might be in your local area,
Yes.
definitely try out some of those games.
Yeah, just keep trying new and interesting things. And even if you pick games that aren't going to be a mystery, you're going to learn new things when you just try zany mechanics. So it's always a good thing to try different things if you want to prepare for a mystery game tournament.
Yeah.
So I believe we are wrapping up.
All right, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Shout-outs once again to everybody who was here at Frosty Faustings competing. A completely filled-out bracket. We couldn't take anybody else.
128.
Shout-outs to the Mystery Game staff, as always, doing excellent work, as well as to Mad City GG. Give them a follow here,
Yes.
as well as on Twitter.
They did a wonderful job
Mad
this
City
weekend. Thank you
GG.
so much, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you to all the staff and all the streamers and all the people who are making Frosty Faustings 10. I believe we still have some Guilty Gear going on, from what I can tell.
Yeah, there is. I think Top 8 is still going on.
Yes.
So yeah.
Please feel free to switch over to any of the streams. All of them should be hosting. And we will see you guys next year.
Yeah, for Zam Zam, this is Mohawk Mike. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.
Take care.